Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, yo. It's Big Fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. And the camera not working, but I'm still here, yo. Shout out to Brockwork, shout out to BC, shout out to Nets fans. We the best fans. Y'all gotta know that. Y'all gotta know that. Truth is, bro, Cam Thomas did the right thing. I know everybody got their opinion about Cam Thomas and this and that, and he did the right thing. He did what was best for him, bro. The Brooklyn Nets stalled him out. They, in my opinion, gave him a promise, and they didn't fulfill on that promise. They tried to make it seem like he's easy to replace. He's not easy to replace. I don't like the fact that he's just making it seem like these international players are supposed to be so much significant than, you know what I'm saying, the national players. I don't like the fact that, Jared Allen is another drafted player that you could have signed that you let walk. And you see how instrumental he is to the Cavaliers. He's an anchor on the defense. They got him as the anchor, and they got Evan Mobley as the weak side help. And that's how they run their defense. We could have had the same similar situation, but you chose to give KD the power and Kyrie and let them be the GM. Made that mistake. He's been making countless mistakes, and this is another one. You know what I'm saying? RC, the man said Cam not coming back after this. I don't know if he is neither. Why would he come back? But all of the turmoil he got to go through from the front office. The fans love him. The fans want him here. And everybody, let me address this. This whole thing about glazing and all of this. Let me just say this, bro. At the end of the day, I will always be optimistic and see the potential in what happening on this team with the players that's currently on this team. I'm not paying more attention to players that's not on this team than this team because they might be better players. When it comes down to trades and this and that, and what a player brings to the table, the players that's on the team as of now complement Cam Thomas. They do not replace Cam Thomas. Compliment as in when he's on the court, he makes them look good. He gives them a facilitator, somebody to pass it to. He puts people in a situation where they could get open because he's drawing the double team. There's a lot of good things that he does that nobody else on this team does. Say what you want. Yeah, they probably double team Michael Porter Jr. now, but I'm pretty sure he's not used to a double team. That's something that he will have to learn that Cam Thomas already learned. You know what I'm saying? To my knowledge. And I'm only saying all of this because at the end of the day, if other fans can acknowledge what happens on other teams and how good the player is on the other teams, why y'all mad at me for bigging up the players that's on our team? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. You know what I mean? I don't understand that. You know, it just seems to me that y'all think that MPJ is gonna come here and replace Cam Thomas scoring. That's not exactly true. You know what I'm saying? That's not exactly true. And how has Sean Marks made this team better since he got here? What has Sean Marks did since he got here that made this team better? He make what up the Brooklyn boys? What up, people? Hernandez, Brock, what up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? What has he done? How is he improving his team? And all you fans keep what up, Quest One? All you fans keep talking about, bro. I'm talking about getting core players that could be here for more than 2 years. Y'all want to switch players like sneakers. Y'all want to switch players? Oh, get this player, just trade him. Or you're always talking this market shit and this value shit. Give me a specific player that's going to tolerate all of the bullshit that Cam Thomas had to go through that wants to give a franchise their first championship. A lot of times you get high morale from players that's drafted on your team to think that way and play that way, not players that's just trying to play for a contract. It's a lot of shit going on that I ain't jacking. Shout out to NSDNA. He said I can't wait to see how Sean Marks try to sabotage Cam. Bro, he did enough. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do more than what he did already. This shit is sad at this point, bro. Yeah, and I don't understand why more fans don't back Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? The Nets fans specifically. Yeah. So I don't so quick to back teams that's not on players that's not on our team. That shit is wild. Y'all don't think that's wild? Y'all don't think that's wild? Like y'all obviously know that I'm gonna throw the link in the chat, right? Yeah, obviously know that, right? But I gotta show y'all some content first to bring context to what I'm saying. I don't feel like really debating and arguing real right this second. I kind of do, but not more than I want to give you guys the content for us to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important. It's important. It's two conversations that I want to have. Just bear with me. And one of them is me. I'm gonna recap two things. I'm a. Oh, here you go. I found the content right now. There you go. Share it to my Twitter. Get to it. We're gonna look at that. And then I'll find the other one, but I'll get to the content right now so we can recap that so y'all can see what's going on. You know what I mean? Right. Jellio said, I don't like the argument that there are a lot of other scorers in the league, not when he's a top 15 scorer, already broke records at a very young age and has time to improve his overall game. Exactly. They don't want to put faith in him, but they want to put all of this faith into all of these international players. And for what? Like, why overlook the players that we got for rookies? That's not even a top 3 pick, top 5 pick. Y'all ready to flip the whole team for a top 8 pick and up? Crazy. He compliment these players, and y'all acting like he don't. It is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? It is wild to me that y'all like that. But again, like I said, I ain't finna be long-winded. We're going to get to the concept. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can hear it from other perspectives, from players' perspectives. You know what I mean? Why are they saying these things? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. I should be able to find it. Where's that? Oh, man. It's not on my page. What? That gotta be on my page. I just shared it. That's crazy. Oh, man. Where's that? Where the content at? That's crazy. Where's that? Oh, it's not this, not there. Basically, it's Al Harrington saying players can't be loyal to these teams because the teams be doing them bad. You know what I'm saying? The teams be doing them bad. They make promises and they don't keep their promises. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with the strategy and not trying to bet everything on Cam Thomas and going heavy in the draft and getting players to surround Cam Thomas with. It's not necessarily building it around Cam Thomas, but he's the best scorer we got, and you could utilize that in the NBA. Y'all keep talking about all of these different intangibles. Like, bro, what the hell are y'all talking about, bro? You need to score the ball. Why the hell are y'all keep talking about all this other shit outside of scoring the ball? Like, scoring the ball is second to rebounding. Scoring the ball is second to assists. Like, scoring the ball is not second. Newsflash for y'all. Oh, what about all the other things? He just scores. What kind of argument is that, bro? Y'all ain't even getting. If you don't even have a clear trade, Cam Thomas put himself in a situation where you're not gonna just trade me to any place for your quote unquote assets. It's just business for them. And the culture of wanting to see a winning culture and giving fans, you know what I'm saying, confidence that, you know what I mean, we could do something. You're supposed to keep a player like Cam Thomas. You're not keeping him. Where's the winning culture? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? You know what I mean? What are you really doing? You know what I mean? Like what are you doing? You want to get to the content. You're gonna get to the content. I want y'all to see.
It's very similar. Only thing is like D'Antoni, everything is off pick and roll with D'Antoni. You know, he's big on the pick game. You know what I mean?
Was D'Antoni, so you played for D'Antoni, George Carl, practically the same because D'Antoni likes that run and shoot too, right? So it's almost similar.
It's very similar. Only thing is like D'Antoni, everything is off pick and roll with D'Antoni. You know, he's big on the pick game. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where George is more, it's pick, but his is more like pick and transition, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? But their philosophy is pretty much the same. But the way D'Antoni plays, if you're a point guard that can pass, you should be able to get 10 assists a game. You know what I'm saying? Everything about like Duran always is averaging 9 and 10 assists because he keeps the floor so spread. And I think, you know, George Karl, point guards with, you know, Ty Lawson, have that same kind of success once Melo left. That's true. So Melo wasn't in the paint no more. You know, or in the mid post, you know, the ball.
Okay. You Orlando, you went to Orlando Magic after that?
Nothing.
No, that's where you wanted to go. You thought they were going to draft you. Now you.
Nah, hell no, I didn't want to go there. That was because Dwight Howard wanted to get traded, and then it was like a 4-way.
So that was like a quick in and out there. Right?
Yeah, I got thrown in there, but this is when I had my knee surgery and had staph infection, so they didn't think I was gonna be able to play anymore. So I was really a throw-in down there, right? And once again, to my point, you know, the general manager that his name was Rob Hennigan, and you know, he was younger than me, bro. So like the general manager, I was 33 years old. The general manager they signed there was 32 or 31 years old. Wow. So to be honest and just keeping it all the way real, I know way more about basketball than he did. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? And now I got this guy being my allegedly boss and not allowing me to be around the team. You know what I'm saying? Which made no sense. I'm like, you know, I've never had like a history of being a bad guy. So why wouldn't you want me around the players? You know what I'm saying? And he did everything to keep me away from the players, which I didn't like. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so that's why I always say like that year that I was there was just like non-existent.
You know what I'm saying? There's things that coaches do to, I don't know, deter players from building relationships with other players. Like just a bunch of politics that's come along with it, I guess. I'm gonna keep it going unless Jay got something on this. You got something on this, Jay?
Nah, I missed what you were saying. I just popped out.
All right. I'm gonna keep it going.
Coach was what's the coach's name?
It was non-existent. You don't remember the coach's name?
What's his name? He coached in Brooklyn now. Vaughn. What is his
name? I know you're talking about his name.
I can't remember his name, but yeah, that was my coach. And even him, I'm like, you an ex-player, and you know, but once again, he ain't know he's a first-year coach. You know what I'm saying? Just taking orders. So that's I always try to forget my time.
Yeah, can you speak to that? He said he was a first-year head coach just taking orders. Didn't you say that he was a yes man? It just shows the consistency of your take about Jacque Vaughn. Go ahead, bro.
Yo, Jacque Vaughn was just a company man doing what he had to do, man. Doing what he had to do for the organization. They put him in position. He was in no position to make any demands or say what he wanted. He was just saying, thanks.
Thanks for the money, right? Thanks for the guaranteed contract.
For the opportunity. I was a backup and you saw something in me. And they said, yeah, we saw something in you. That you follow orders. You know what I mean? And if you keep doing that, then you'll have a job here at the Brooklyn Nets.
You say yes, you don't say no. You say yes, you don't say maybe. You say yes, you don't say perhaps. You don't give me no back check. You don't have an opinion unless I give you one. No.
Right. That's the type of ship they want to run over here at the Brooklyn Nets. But this ain't communism. It's a free
Exactly. Hold
country.
on.
This is America.
Right. We're gonna keep it going. Hold on.
Did you forget your time with the Wizards also?
No, Wizards was cool.
Why?
Wizards was cool because, I was able to go there. They allowed me to be a veteran leader. You know what I'm saying? We helped them get in the playoffs. We had a team that we felt was a playoff team. We got started off on the wrong foot, mainly because, John and Nene, they had a lot of friction or whatever. But, me and Trevor Ariza was able to call a meeting where we kind of allowed everybody to say what they had to say.
Right.
And it was like, we got to fight, whatever, but let's just get it all out on the table. And that's what we did. We sat in the room for an hour and a half and pointing fingers and this and that.
And cleared the air.
We walked out the room on the same page.
Right. And sometimes that's needed. And that's why you have that veteran player.
That's why you need the veteran. Because I'm telling you, and it's funny because even with that.
See, you hear the relevance of a veteran player. We're gonna get Ice, so we're gonna get Leaf, we're gonna get everybody on the panel. Hold on, but do you hear me?
Leaf is a bit aggressive.
I see. He ain't even hit me, asked me for the link, nothing. He's just jumping and talking like that.
Yo.
I'll get to you, Leaf. Hold up, bro.
And
but
Texas
yeah, bro.
Turn him into a rootin' to environment.
Word. Talking like he got a 6-shooter, right?
Right. He in the chat like Yosemite Sam.
Right. Fucking kicking in saloon doors and shit.
Damn,
we better get to the content. But I said that to say, Ice was saying that having veterans on the team is important, and he just explained why. They had to sit down for all of us to go in there in the room, or not on the same page, but leave the room on the same page. That's what veterans could do. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna keep it going.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like, I should have been treated better for doing that because we saved jobs.
Right.
Because Randy Whitman would have been fired after that year. You know what I'm saying? Possibly some of the front office people.
Right.
And it was just like what we did was kind of unnoticed.
Right.
Which wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. One thing I learned about this shit, man, is a business. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to do whatever's good for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, I tell these young guys, like, don't be loyal to no organization because they're not going to be loyal to you.
Exactly. Don't be loyal to no organization because they're not going to be loyal to you. This is an ex-player saying this. Y'all mad at Cam Thomas? Oh, he should have took the qualifying offer. It was only 2 teams that could have helped Cam Thomas. That's the Brooklyn Nets and the Washington Wizards. Both a no for Cam Thomas because Cam Thomas watched the Brooklyn Nets put his career in shambles in his 4-year rookie scale contract. Many times he earned playing time, didn't get it, and so on, right? I reiterate. Not only that, he in the situation where 10 teams can pay him next season. He have average 24 or whatever. 10 teams somebody gonna pay him more than $15 million a year. He did what's best for him. Al Harrington is on the screen telling y'all to these young players. I tell these young players, do what's best for you because these franchises is not going to do they're going to do what's best for them. So they're not talking up. He said, I understand that it's a business. This is how they think. When you got the front office, they not basketball minds. They don't come from basketball. They don't got their pappy and their grandpappy and their grandpappy. They're not from basketball. They from business. They don't know basketball. And that's part of the fucking problem. Is that they don't know basketball. They just know that the business of basketball is booming. It's lucrative. It's always going to give something back because the fans, but you don't give a fuck about the fans. You just care about the money that we give y'all, but y'all don't care about the Nets fans having a winning culture. Al Harrington is saying the same thing I'm saying in his own words. What you got on this, Jay?
Bro, this is some bullshit. That's what I got on it, man. Because you trying to tippy-toe around shit with this. This is some bullshit. That's what I got on it. Breaking news.
Mm-hmm. And what's worse about this, Jay, is he said this 5 years ago. Hold on. What's this? What we got here?
You always come to those points where you're like, you're all alone, especially when you're the owner of the business.
Oh no, that's something different. But yeah, y'all seen what it was, you know what I mean? I know we got another player on the team, but so what right now? You know what I'm saying? So what? But yeah, that's what it is with Cam Thomas. And I showed y'all the clip with Iguodala already. I don't think it's necessary for us to you know what I mean, to look at that. You know what I'm saying? Because we already seen that. But at the end of the day, bro, this shit is nasty work, bro. Sean Marks, he on the hot seat, bro. He didn't make it work with Jared Allen. He didn't make it work with Cam Thomas. He didn't make it work with Karis LeVert. He paid Joe Harris. He instead of paying Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, or Jared Allen, he paid Joe Harris. And y'all always talk this. It's the market shit. Shooters don't fucking last. You're not supposed to be just giving a jump shooters. How is 3-and-D players have a bigger market for elite than elite scorers? And half these 3-and-D players don't even be doing one or the other. They might be doing defense, but they ain't knocking down the three. Like, who's the elite 3-and-D players that should be getting paid what they getting paid? This shit is an atrocity. I don't want to hear no bullshit about glazing this. This is the best thing Sean Marks ever did. He didn't even draft Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez wanted out when Sean Marks got here. He was part of that trade. And the next year we got Jared Allen. It's shit nasty work. I'm not backing Sean Marks, man. I'm off the Sean Marks train. I never said Sean Marks, you know what I'm saying, should get fired. I ain't saying that, but he should get demoted or something. He should work in food and beverages or something. Let somebody else be the GM, man. Cause this shit is nasty work. I ain't got nothing nice to say. And the whole thing about it is, like I tell y'all, I was a fan of the Brooklyn Nets before Sean Marks. You know what I'm saying? Before all of these changes, bro, I be wanting it to change for the better. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. You know what I'm saying? Word, man. Sean Marks is like, bro, you got the game fucked up, bro. But without further ado, you know what I'm saying, because I gotta be up early in the morning, so I wanted to do this early stream. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this shit don't sit well with me at all. This is not cool. Not gnarly. It's very frustrating.
We're not okay with all of these bad decisions. A lot of people is okay with these bad decisions.
Yeah, they cool with it. They want to back Sean Marks. Say, he's our guy. How is Sean Marks our guy? Who did better for the Brooklyn Nets? Sean Marks? Like, what is he doing? What exactly is he doing that's helping us, bro? You fucked up the core for James Harden. And basically that's my whole debate, is that you fuck up cores. You don't care about a core. You just think you could put good players together and make it work. That shit ain't basketball, Sean Marks. You come from basketball. You used to play in the NBA. Like, whoa, like what? I seen his stats in I'm about to look at Sean Marks' stats, man. See what he did in Australia. See how good he was. Since you want to trade players, like, how good was you as a player? But we got Escobar, Leaf, Joey B, Notorious on the panel with us. What y'all got on this, man?
What's good? What's good? I just want to say this, bro.
Yeah,
I like Cam Thomas, but I also understand, the side of the business. We also have to understand Cam Thomas is a very polarizing player. I say this all the time. Some people in the fan Nets kingdom is gonna rock with him, and some people ain't. We can't sit here and expect everybody to be high on the player because we're very high on him. Some people want him to be a part of the future, and it's a part of the fan base that don't. You feel what I'm saying? Because they don't think he's an integral part. However, some fans such as yourself think he does. Me personally, I could give a take. You know what I mean? I like Cam, but then again, like I said, I understand the business side of it. I understand Cam has to do what's best for him. Him and his agent has to do what's best for him and his family. And I also understand that the Brooklyn Nets have to do what's best for them as an organization. So I just wanted to land the plane with that. I mean, Leaf can go next, and you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah, I respect that. What you got on this list?
Yo, my bad. My shit was off. Hey, yo, the Nets front office did that nigga like the Jadakiss skit, bruh. Yeah, I know y'all remember that shit. I know y'all remember that shit when the nigga Sheik locked on the
He
door,
talk about
bro.
Jay Jerkin. Jay
Yo,
Jerkin.
yo, who is it? Yo, it's Sheik. Sheik who? Sheik Luch. Ah, Sheik, what up? That nigga Jay Hood. My nigga Cam Thomas is Jay Hood, bro. He spit the bars and signed on the fucking. He was nigga Jadakiss was like, yo, just sign it, nigga, bro. Go ahead, bro. I got you, bro. As soon as that nigga signed that contract, that nigga was like, yo, I'm gonna make my album. Nigga, like, hell no, you ain't finna make your album, nigga.
Nigga
Nigga,
said
I'm about to make my album, nigga. You ain't making shit.
we gonna get you a Kia.
Yeah, we gonna get you. We gonna get you a Honda Civic, bro. We got you. You know what I'm saying? We got you, baby. Come on, bro. You know what I'm
Even
saying, bro?
like a roll of
Yo,
money.
yo, you know I gotta take my 5 racks off the top for every show, though. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's business, baby. You know how it is. I'm telling you, they did that nigga like Jay Hood, bro. And I knew he was gonna get done like that, bro. Yo, Jay, didn't you tell us the other day about the moral that they put up on the Nets YouTube page or something on Twitter? And Cam and they had MPJ on the front of that shit, and Cam Thomas was nowhere to be found.
Oh, I
This
was
is how.
on 2K.
Somebody put it up. I think it was either you or Ice. Yo,
You
bruh.
talk about the marketing poster that they did
Yeah,
for the
you
game.
remember that? So they placed that shit on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook,
Instagram.
Instagram. My nigga, how many times I gotta tell niggas like Breeze they don't give a fuck about this nigga?
Bro, but hold
Exactly.
on. I don't know why you threw me in the mix, bro. I never said that they gave a fuck. I said they should give a fuck.
But they
No,
don't.
no, hold on. Let me say what I'm saying, bro. I do not. The Brooklyn Nets do not pay me. I do not represent the views of the Brooklyn Nets. I am a fan of the Brooklyn Nets
Right,
because I'm from Brooklyn and the Nets play in Brooklyn.
right.
Just because Sean Marks is the GM don't mean I agree with him. Just
Of course
because
not.
Joe Tsai is the owner doesn't mean I agree with him. I don't live in this space in my head where I try to visualize what they're going to do. I podcast like this is what I want the Nets to do because I think they can win like this. And part of that is keeping a core. Just changing players, making them interchangeable because of contracts, and every 2-3 years you just switching players. It's got us nowhere, and that's proof of that. That's not my opinion. That's a fact. So the teams that are winning, I'm looking at them, and they keep their core. They do not keep no core, bro. They break up a core every contract chance they get. So no, I don't. I'm not looking. Me and the Brooklyn Nets are not seeing eye to eye right now. I'm gonna be a fan tomorrow and every other day after that. But I'm
Right.
not a fan of everything that's happening. That's just the facts of the matter.
That's fair. Ain't no fan is
That,
gonna be a fan of everything. That's a fair
yeah,
point.
that's very fair. But I tell you what is gonna happen, bro. 10 years gonna pass, bro. The Nets will probably still be in Brooklyn, and we still gonna be repping them. Guess what Cam Thomas gonna be? Probably home
Exactly.
somewhere.
Bro, are we going to win in 10 years? That's my point, bro. Like that, this whole thing of like, yo, I'm gonna say this, bro, and I'm trying to be
You gotta
serious
call
about.
Miss Cleo for that, my nigga.
I'm not trying to be funny, bro. We gotta get the ice too, Lee. Bro, I want Mr. Whammy to see an NBA championship. This whole thing
I don't think
of
Mr. Whammy got 10 more years in him. I ain't gonna lie to you.
listen,
Oh, shit. Don't do that.
this whole thing of watching us lose over and over and over. I'm not a fan of that, and I'm saying that to say OKC, they got their shit together. Went from Seattle to OKC. You understand? Toronto, their expansion team won a championship before us. Miami, an expansion team won a championship before us. There's expansion teams that won championships before the Nets. And then you trying to tell me that I'm supposed to be okay with Sean Marks not listening to Big Fan Breezy? When I got the best interest for the Brooklyn Nets, he should be listening to us.
I'm gonna pass the ball right after I say this, bro. Based on the fact that the Warriors and now the Oklahoma City Thunder won the championship post Kevin Durant, I feel confident that we do. So I feel confident that that's gonna happen for us. But the Phoenix Suns probably gotta win one first because they just traded that nigga to Houston. So it is what it is.
Bro, they got expansion teams winning chips before the Nets, bro. They got to put somebody in place that actually cares about winning basketball and not just contracts and fitting under a salary cap or whatever the fuck they got going on. I'm not being loyal to Sean Marks and Joe Tsai because they're the owner and the GM of the team. They can be critiqued as well. The players can be critiqued. The coach can be critiqued. The GM can be critiqued. Everybody is under review.
Hey, I
like,
feel
brother,
you.
What are they doing?
Hey, bro, I feel you, but at the same time, the story of the day is about this contract, bro. Like at the end of the day, the business of basketball is undefeated.
Going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Story of the next fan day, but that
that Clipper shit is wild. I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to get into that. That's Bobby tried to co-sign and be motherfucking blank man and try to co-sign on the show for that. He was out. Yeah. That nigga was getting done up like Terry Crews and Street Kings. I ain't gonna lie. He reloaded on the nigga and everything. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like this goes back to what whatchamacallit was saying. The business of basketball is undefeated. It is what it is. You knew the market. You knew what time it was. And now
giving us things to root for, bro. Like
Cam Thomas basically got to go out there and outshine at $6 million a year living in Brooklyn, outshine a nigga that's making $38 million and he's getting all this media time since the trade. He been in a rectangular state, man, for the last 8-9 years, and now this nigga got all the media in the world. Bounce pass, man. Fuck it. I don't got nothing else to say.
Go ahead, Ice.
Yo,
what up, Ice?
Ain't nothing. You already know. This is a tough situation to be in on both sides. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I don't know who's going. Somebody not going to come out on top, or they both going to come out on top. You know what I mean? Because Cam got to play his way into a higher contract, and the Nets got to be, you know what I'm saying, keep their eyes on him to see if he can do it, and retain him if he can do it. You know what I mean? And they got to be quick if they want to keep him, even though he got no trade clause in case they want to trade him. You know what I'm saying? But it's all tough and doing what's best for him. You know what I'm saying? Some of these situations don't end up in coming out right. Sometimes they sit you down, they don't play you, and he could end up in a worse situation. You know what I mean? Or it could come out as a positive. You know what I'm saying? For both sides, or a positive for him. You know what I mean? It can go either way, so it's a toss-up.
Bro, look at this. They say restricted free agent Cam Thomas signed on a 1-year, $6 million qualifying offer to return of the Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, sources tell ESPN. Sides were unable to reach a new deal, so the qualifying offer gives Thomas a full no-trade clause in 2026 unrestricted free agency with 10+ cap space teams. This is the why he did what he did. All of this talk about him going to the EuroLeague, all nasty work. I'm not even getting into that.
Who said that?
Some foolish comment I heard somewhere.
That's crazy.
They shameless. They should remain nameless. But what I will say is this. This is why he did what he did. 2026 unrestricted free agency with 10+ cap space teams. That's either this season signing that deal, which they're going to try to trade him for, which he already knows. You got Washington Wizards that could pay him in the Brooklyn Nets, or sign the qualifying offer, and now you got 10 different teams that might find value in the Cam Thomas on their roster.
Yo, Breeze, you think
Easy
Cam
decision for him, bro.
I got a question for you, Breeze. You think Cam gonna be here at the end of the season, or you think the Nets move him at the trade deadline? Somebody call for him, a playoff team or something.
That I would say they probably trade him. They would probably trade him if they could. He got a no trade clause, so they can't trade him.
Nets press said Cam Thomas for Torrey Eason and the Nets first round 2027 pick back.
Bro, they not doing that. They like Easton over there in Houston, bro. They not doing
KD and KD and Ime might like Cam Thomas too.
That's fair. That's fair. And I don't know enough. I don't know enough to say what Easton brings to the team, but at number, what did you say about the draft pick? What did you say?
They got one of the Nets draft picks, a 2027 first, I think.
A 2020. Oh yeah. I mean,
Houston. Houston got that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
the Nets press posted a little while ago. I was just scrolling. I saw it.
Yeah. No, that's
true. That's.
We just got like 4 draft picks outside of the top 10. This got to be a top 10 pick at least, bro. You got to give us a top 10 pick. Everybody that we drafted just now can't even score the ball like Cam Thomas. And everybody talking about he's expendable. I heard Joey say that. Is he expendable? He's not expendable, bro. If nobody on the roster, when you trade this guy, he's not on your roster. Okay, who could do what he does? That's what makes him expendable.
Yeah,
none of these players can.
Yeah, but
the fact of the matter is Cam Thomas is on this team, bro, by hook or crook, bro. So I don't think nobody in here got nothing to bitch about, but the fact that he got $6 million.
No, Leaf, you missing the point. The reason why he took $6 million, I think, is because he's gonna go have his agent find the best deal possible for him where he could slither in on somebody's team for a measly $6 million and play his ass off and then get paid next year.
You talking about kind of like what happened with Pascal Siakam, right?
It's like it's not a big risk for another team to take on $6 million as if it would have been for something else. And the no trade clause lets him know that they can't just trade him to any team. They can only trade him to a team that he wants to go to.
That's kind of tricky though, because he doesn't know how it's going to pan out to him when he gets to that new team. He might not get the minutes he think he going to get.
Exactly.
At least it'll
be enough not to trust the Brooklyn Nets.
Right.
Who has the Brooklyn Nets did right by?
Say who had the Nets did right by? Jordy Fernandez.
What player? I'm pretty sure Cam Johnson happy as hell. They gave him a 4-year contract. He was only here 2. He happy as hell.
I mean, shit. MPJ seemed to be getting a whole lot of goddamn video time, more than he was when he was in a fucking rectangular state. This nigga got all the confidence in the world. All his videos is in black and white. This nigga's out here like you would have thought this nigga was light skinned nigga of the year. The way he out here, bro.
You saying that the Nets ain't do right by nobody, but they got a lot of niggas paid, Breeze. We can't forget that.
They sure did.
Okay, so let's say they get them paid, but what they do, they leave.
You said what?
Who wants to stay and build with us, bro? Look,
what I'm saying.
Let's reverse that question. What player did right by the Nets?
Cam Thomas, KD.
You sure? It looked like them niggas is looking for exit strategies. No disrespect to Jared Allen. He got traded.
Bro, that was a bad trade. They only traded him because it was time to pay him. So instead of paying him, they traded him. And they burnt money with DeAndre Jordan paying him. Bro.
They did right by DeAndre Jordan. They did right by KD by paying him.
By us. Where's the reciprocation?
Exactly.
Where's the reciprocation? Hold on. Look, I just want the fans to understand what it is that we're talking about. A no trade clause in the NBA is a provision in a player's contract that gives them the right to veto any trade involving them. That means that Cam Thomas could say no to any trade that the Brooklyn Nets propose. To qualify for a no trade clause, To qualify for a no trade clause, a player must have at least 8 years of NBA experience and have spent at least 4 years with their current team. He doesn't hit the first mark with 8 years of NBA experience, but he does with at least 4 years with their current team. He played this whole rookie scale contract. That's what makes him eligible to have a no trade clause in the first place. This clause is extremely rare, with only a few players in it in their contracts, such as LeBron James and Bradley Beal. The clause allows players to control their own destiny in trades, making it a powerful tool in contract negotiations. So again, Cam Thomas is clearly in the driver's seat in this situation. He changed it from them having the power to him having the power. And the reason why I say it's significant that he did that is because they've shown that Cam Thomas should not trust the Brooklyn Nets. I really do. And this is a soliloquy that I cannot prove. I really do feel like they asked him, like, yo, look, we trying to focus on these next 2 drafts. We need to stall you to get on getting back in the roster because we know you're a winning player. They had to. If you put Cam Thomas with that team, we lucky we get the 8th pick. You know what I'm saying?
Put Cam Thomas with wait, hold up. Put Cam Thomas with who?
What you keep Cam Thomas with Schroeder. Cam Thomas and Schroeder healthy the entire season. We winning more games than we won. And we might be out the top 10 in draft picks. Now, mind you, and the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is Cam Thomas knows he's up for a contract and has to play 67 games to be eligible to ask for X amount of money. And I think they, again, approached him like, yo, we really think that you're a great player, but we don't want to just focus on you. We want to get into the draft. There was 2 opportunities for them to get into the lottery. They did with the first season, got the 8th pick. I think they try to follow up. Me and Dylan agreed on this on a different post about how the BYU connection with AJ DeBoncha and Yegor Demin. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. I'm just saying that to say, just because your priority is the draft doesn't mean you should neglect the player that you have in a Cam Thomas and kind of shine away from player developing him and what he can do and bring to the team for what? For Drake Powell? Respectfully. Like, these are the players that we supposed to, it's okay, we don't got Cam Thomas because we got Drake Powell. No, I'm not jacking. But John, what you saying?
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be on too long, but yeah, listen, I think both sides failed here. When you have a lack of communication and a lack of understanding on both sides, you get results like this. Cam clearly doesn't want to be here. He thinks he could get the money elsewhere. That's his gamble. Sean Marks thinks he's nothing more than a 3rd or 6th man. Well, if he goes somewhere else and does good, well, you failed this one again, Sean Marks. But if he doesn't do as well, okay, Sean, maybe you dodged a bullet. But at the end of the day, what are we working with here? We don't have no franchise guy. We have a bunch of young rookies. Like Joey said, it's an experimental mix of things, and you have to hope something sticks, like Leaf said a few streams ago. But right now, this is definitely not the thing you wanted today. You didn't want Cam to choose a qualifying offer because it leads to more messy potential situations where he could potentially be benched if he plays well, or if he plays too well, it ruins what else the Nets are trying to do with their other plans. So, yeah, this is just a mess on both sides. But I will say this, Breezy, I know you said you want to get a top 10 pick for Cam. We got to be a little realistic here. I'm looking at guys like a Jerice Walker in a 2nd-round pick or Dalton Knecht in a 2nd-round pick.
No. What I'm saying is, understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when it comes down to Cam Thomas and getting the high lottery pick, that's with him not on the roster. Like, they felt like if he stayed with Schroeder next season, we would not have gotten Yegor. We would have not gotten a top 10 pick because they would have just been successful. They showed signs of being successful playing backcourt next to each other.
So we would have been a playoff team had them niggas played over 70 games. That's what you're saying.
A play-in team at minimum.
Maybe a playing team, but yeah, at the end of the day, you're right about that though, Breeze. Next year's draft is make or break for the Nets' potential next 5 or 6 years because you don't have that franchise guy. You need the franchise guy next year to hope to build something. At least having one solid franchise building block piece, you need that. Every team has that piece potentially, but the Brooklyn Nets right now, so you need that one piece.
No, but when you say okay, so That's what I'm saying. I disagree with that. I think they didn't invest in Cam Thomas, and that's why he's not our
No,
franchise player.
well,
Like
it's not.
they
It's
never gave him a real opportunity. Y'all love to talk about the games that he had, the 40-point games, and how he lost some of them. Bro,
it,
Jordan was losing games when his whole team wasn't helping him win. And again, the point I'm making is he's not Jordan. So let me not say that in the sense where y'all trying to take and spin that. I'm saying that to say when it come down to the opportunities that were given to Cam Thomas from the Brooklyn Nets and were far in between. You know what I'm saying? It was like, no, they didn't treat him right, bro. I
no.
can't remember the last time Sean Marks did anybody right. Like leading the team. You the leader of the team, and you should lead the team.
Crazy.
He didn't do right by nobody that I can
Crazy.
remember.
I said this on Ice's show. Sean Marks is a disaster. Stars didn't want to play for him. Role guys don't want to play for him, and even young up and comers don't want to play for him. Until this guy is no longer GM, it's going to be hard for any type of player to buy into the system. You can't have any type of cohesion or winning if the guys don't want to be there long term. And Sean Marks has to look in the mirror and say, is it really them that is the problem, or is it me? Because just based on Sean Marks' communication style, it seems like he waits too long to make the right moves. And when it's time to make the right move, he doesn't get back as much as he should. So until he's out of the equation, I don't think we're going to be a legit team. But in the same vein, Cam has to also realize the market is just not in his favor. The NBA is evolving away from guys who could just do one good thing right. They're looking for versatile, multi-defensive positional players, and unfortunately, Cam is just a scoring guard. So it's a complication of things that are holding Cam back. Part of it, like you said, is the organization mistreated him, but the other part is Cam didn't take full advantage of the opportunities he was given to work on certain things like he could have. So it's
Like
just
what?
a
No,
mess
like
all
what?
around.
Like what?
Playmaking. His playmaking could have been a lot better at certain stretches. Instead, he decided to score a lot of games. I told you about the 40-point performances, hence why he's given the ball hog notation. Cam has
Bro,
had
how
some
is
good.
he get a ball hog rotate? Bro, you know how many did you see his efficiency in those 40-point games?
The 25 games last year were the most efficient we've seen Cam in his young career. Everybody can raise their hand and agree on that. Before
And
that, it was a
hold
mixed
on. This
bag.
whole
It was a mixed
playmaking shit.
bag.
You think playmaking is more important than elite scoring? I'm trying to figure some shit out because
Easy. I'm just saying.
hold on. Let me just give context to the panel on what I'm saying. There's scoring, there's playmaking on the offense and defensive side of the ball. There's rebounding, right? And there's like defense, just straight defense. What do y'all value more? Y'all think elite scoring is under playmaking, John? That's what you're saying?
Easy. You got to realize something.
No,
The
I'm
three
asking
things.
you a question. Do you think playmaking is more important in basketball than elite scoring?
It's one
I
of the
do.
intangibles to win a game. You need good playmaking, or else you're just gonna have guys shooting the ball around and missing a lot of the damn time. You need a
Bro,
guy
And
to
if
get everybody
Thomas
together.
is a two guard, why are they leaning on him?
I
No,
speak
can
up.
I just say this one thing? The three things holding Cam Thomas back are he's not athletic, he doesn't play defense, he's not a tall player. If he had all three of those elements, Breeze, the guy could be making over $20 million realistically with what he gives you scoring wise. But because of those three deficiencies, his playmaking, rebounding have to be spectacular, or he's not getting anywhere close to what he wants. I showed you the stats multiple times, and that's why they're only willing to go $15 million on him with the 30 deal that he didn't want.
I
So
think it's
unfortunately,
bad business.
Cam
I just think
has,
they don't know what they're doing. That front office
that's
hasn't
part of it.
shown me. Listen, what I'm saying is the front office hasn't shown me anything to say, okay, Cam Thomas deserves what he's getting from the Brooklyn Nets because they made all of the right decisions with all these other players. That is not what it is, bro. They've been making a mess. Like they break what has he done to make a core? To build
He
a
hasn't.
championship roster, you have to make a core.
The
What has
only
he done to the core besides torn it
Crazy.
apart?
I've told
the
you
only thing he's done is say yes to Kevin Durant and yes to Kyrie
that.
Irving when they
Yes.
decided to come here. So the realistically, the only other thing other than that was allow Kenny Atkinson to build the team, bro. Like was kind of building, but Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving had hit up Kevin Durant, said he was going to out there in Brooklyn, and then they sidetracked all of that other shit. So that's the only other
Right.
things that
Right.
they've done
Right.
in terms of that. But to get to your question about playmaking, what's valued more, playmaking or scoring, money? The only real way to answer that question is to ask what is being valued. Jason Kidd led a team to two straight finals. Which you conveniently bring up a lot, bro. Like when it's need to be, bro. But yet Cam Thomas can't even get this team to fucking 40 wins. How's that possible?
Why are you playing that on Cam Thomas?
Because he's the guy that you say is the best player on the team.
Time out.
No.
Hold on, Joe. Bro, you hold on. Jason Kidd had the green light on this team. He was the number one option. He was the point guard. He was the engine to this team. Right. They never gave that kind of cachet to Cam Thomas. So I don't even know why you contrasted those two things. You're right.
It's not the same. You got one nigga leading and controlling the game with we watched Jason Kidd control the game with passing mostly, bro. Correct? I never seen Jason Kidd go for no 40, 10, and 10.
Defense. He controlled the game with defense, rebounding, because he was a rebounding guard too.
Yeah.
Defense, rebounding, and pushing the break. Before before they could even set up an offense for Jason Kidd, before they could set up an offense for him, he already a good defender and he a good rebounder. So he pushing the pace and he getting the ball down for as much as he can. When you look at the offense for Jason Kidd, it wasn't the offense that got us to the finals. It was the defense. We were number one in defense. Number one. That ain't got nothing to do with him and how he scored the ball and this and that. It does to an extent, but not the macro. It's the micro of contrast.
And who's a better defender, Jason Kidd or Cam Thomas?
Bro, I'm not going down this rabbit
hole. Who's a better rebounder, Jason Kidd or Cam Thomas?
Jason Kidd.
Who's
a better playmaker, Jason Kidd or Cam Thomas?
Jason Kidd all day.
I'm not contrasting Cam Thomas. This is what they do. They like to try to put me in stupid debates that I'm not having. I'm not even. No.
You didn't even participate.
No. Don't cut me off on my own shit. I'm not debating Leaf if Cam Thomas is better than Jason Kidd. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is Sean Marks didn't even make the deal. It's not like Sean Marks got Jason Kidd on the team. No, he did not do that. When we had a chance to get Siakam for Claxton or whatever interest they had, he stuck with Claxton. He did not do that. He did not make no big trades. He didn't do shit to help the Brooklyn Nets. And y'all mad at me for defending Cam Thomas over Sean Marks. When I think about who's better for the Brooklyn Nets, Sean Marks or Cam Thomas, I'm going to go with Cam Thomas over Sean Marks. And I know he's going to get traded. Y'all probably hate me for this shit, but I don't care. At the end of the day, Sean Marks has not shown any validity to saying Joe Tsai saying that my religion is winning. If his religion is winning and Sean Marks is in charge, he's Joel Osteen.
You want the truth about Sean Marks, Breezy? He won 2 championship rings. One was playing 5 minutes as a third stringer. The other was getting Greg Popovich's coffee as an assistant, and he became a GM. Cam Thomas, he's had a few decent performances. He's had some good moments here or there, but he has no resume to warrant the money he wants. Both of them failed here. At the end of the day, I agree with you wholeheartedly that Sean Marks is a failure of a GM and he shouldn't be here if we're going to ever have success. But in the same vein, Cam Thomas has to realize the NBA market is not crying over him taking $6 million. In fact, that works to their benefit with his future money. And I think both these gambles by Sean and Cam were reckless today and short-sighted because nobody wins here in this situation, and that's the freaking truth.
Bro, Cam Thomas wins. Yo,
how's he gonna win? Nobody's giving him the money he wants. He's a sixth man on most teams. Come on, please.
I told you how, bro. He's playing the long game. They didn't want to pay him because they knew they had the advantage because of the market. It was only 2 teams. Let's be specific. Out of 30 teams in the NBA, it was 2 teams. It was the Nets or the Wizards. He basically like, yo, that's my options. Y'all talking about the NBA as in nobody, as in 30 teams. We're going to revisit this conversation next offseason, and we're going to see what it is. It's going to be 10 teams available that's going to be able to pay Cam Thomas. If you got any kind of brain in your head, you want to know that somebody like that can help you win in the championship, even if it's just so my starter could rest. But to make it seem like Cam Thomas can't outscore a 2-guard starter in this league is crazy. He could his points per game could be more than other 2 guards in this league. And when y'all mention him, y'all put him in the conversation of Ant-Man, of Jalen Green. He the number 2 pick, Ant-Man, number 1 pick.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Huh?
What?
Anytime I talk about
Yo,
Cam Thomas,
y'all like who's better? That's what y'all be doing. Y'all saying it tomorrow. Who's better, Jason Kidd or what's it? Who's better,
like this,
or who's better? Would you rather Luka or Cam Thomas?
Exactly.
Y'all be saying dumb shit like that. So y'all
you
pick
the best player in your whole wide world.
Jay, you said Cam was smart taking the $6 million. It doesn't help him whatsoever. He lowered his value.
It keeps him with a no trade clause. And it makes him an unrestricted free agent. Everything that the team offered was in the team's benefit. Nothing was in his benefit. So he took the thing to bet on himself.
He's an agitated asset, though, Jay. Not many people are going to roll out the red carpet in this trade deadline. Dolan Kennett in a second-round pick is
what
the
teams
highball
got
right
money
now
next season? That's what I want to know.
Lakers and Wizards. Lakers and Wizards have the most. Yeah, that's the two teams with the most cap space, I believe, and a few other teams behind them.
I'm not answering that question.
Yeah. There's a lot of questions that's not being answered tonight, bro.
You asked me one question, bro. That's the only question I ain't answered. Fuck you mean a lot of questions?
There's a lot of questions. Fuck you mean, bro. You ain't answered the Jay Kidd question.
That's what I mean.
You being all animated for nothing. He on the team, nigga. What else you want?
Animated for nothing. I'm always
not
doing
on
something
the
for
team.
something. What the fuck is you talking
He's
about?
about to be off the team. That's the sign that y'all not miss. That y'all missing.
No, it's the sign we know.
Yeah, no, because I got questions. I got questions. I got something else. First of all, right, he is on the team because he signed back, right? He's on the team possibly for a whole season, maybe not, right? But to the point was next year we're gonna have cap space, and there's a couple other teams, but we're gonna have cap space too, almost the same amount of cap space or even more than what we had this year. So he could come back. He could get offered a bigger contract from us next year, right? Right. But this is my thing, right? Too. If Cam outplay, well, I'm gonna say this. I forgot what I was going to actually say about him staying, but I know him being him. Oh, do you think he's gonna make it to the end of the season here, or do you think he's gonna wait to the off season and resign here? Because
I just asked Breezy that earlier.
He's not gonna make it to the season, bro.
It's possible. It's possible. What Jay's saying. Don't rule it out.
He's gonna fuck around, be traded before training camp.
That might be the best way to move forward, unless you want to make this more obvious than it already is.
Wait, hold up! Don't he got a no trade clause?
Yeah.
But I'm telling you,
how's he getting traded with a no trade clause? I don't
because
understand
he's finding his own deal. They just can't trade him to a team he don't want to go to. But he's gonna find his own deal and sneak in there with a little $6 million.
Hold up! Wait a second! Y'all mean to tell me a nigga that's getting paid $6 million a year is being allowed to shop his own deal? I never heard of this shit ever.
Nah,
this is confusing to me. I never heard of a nigga making $6 million a year.
He's not getting his own deal, bro. The fact of the matter is, no team has no cap space for him. No team. Where is he gonna go?
No team got $6 million.
No team has
for him to do what?
No team got $6 million for 1 year right now.
No, but
that's it's a lot of niggas who already made rosters.
Yo, what we're saying is
he got too many people on our roster.
Where's he gonna go when he could affect winning now?
Yeah, no,
his market is low, bro. There's nowhere he can go. Even if he was to get traded, he probably not gonna be a starter wherever he get traded to.
That's what I was saying.
He has to get traded with somebody that makes a lot of money.
He's not making starter money anyway, so do it matter?
Yes, it does.
It matters because he won't be able to produce.
He's not going to be able to produce here. He hasn't been able to produce.
He's starting here. What do you mean he's not going to? He's starting here.
With us, if he's here, he's at least going to get minutes.
That's not guaranteed.
Yes, exactly.
That's not guaranteed.
Yes, it is. I'm not going to lie, bro.
Minutes here, period. Anyway,
he has gotten minutes here. He got 31 minutes a game the last 2 years.
Exactly.
He got told to sit on the bench for half the year.
He had 31 minutes last season.
No, the nigga got hurt. Nigga, that's what happened.
Yeah, he got hurt, man. That's what fucked him up.
James Harden was hurt the whole time he was here with a hamstring injury. He played every fucking game. They made Cam sit on the bench with a hamstring injury.
We talking about last season. We talking about last season. Post Big Three. He's been getting minutes. He's got 31 minutes in the past few.
The nigga was a whole starter for the last couple of years. How he wasn't getting minutes?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that one. He was a star the
He was
last 2
getting
years.
30 minutes coming off the bench in the opening game.
Listen, Cam is a
He's
good
coming
third option or
off
a
the
sixth
bench.
man at the moment. That's what his value is. If
He better
anybody
than
wants to
third
disagree
option.
with that,
Look,
you're wrong.
He better
Listen,
than he better than
I
third
just
option.
want y'all. I can't wait to hear y'all talk about how good these rookies are doing this year.
Wait,
Know what I mean?
now here's a question: on what team is Cam a second option right now? Give me a team that he could be an instant second option if he's not a third guy. No, because you guys don't want to answer the questions. You and Breeze are not
Because
answering the
you asking
questions. That
dumbass
leaves me and
questions.
Ellen are asking. Come
Why you
on.
asking stupid ass questions? That
And
ain't
I'm
got
asking you a real
nothing to do
question.
with the
You say
conversation
no.
we
You say he's not a third. Jay, you say he's not a third option though. So
Toronto, Miami,
Toronto.
the Brooklyn Nets,
He
Washington.
is not the second option on Toronto, Breeze.
yo,
I'm sorry.
LM, debate this. LM, debate this. I can't, man.
Exactly.
He is
Why you
not the
want to make
second
a
Oh, he
option.
stupid ass
can't be a second
debate?
Come
That's
option
why
on.
you
on
don't even
Toronto.
answer
Why
their
not?
questions.
No,
Like,
you didn't answer
He's
the
not.
question.
He's gonna be.
listen,
He's.
ask a good
we're-
question
Bro, I
that's
just answered
relevant
the
to something.
question.
You just be
Toronto,
saying left field
Miami,
shit.
No, I'm saying
Miami.
one. He's
Like,
wait. Hold on, John. One.
Jazz.
He's not. He's not getting the first option over Scotty Barnes. That's one,
There
and
you
he
go.
ain't getting the second option over Brandon Ingram. That's two. He's damn
Ooh.
sure ain't getting the third option over Quickly. That's three. If you want to go to RJ Barrett,
Bro, yeah, nigga.
that's four.
Yeah, bro.
And he's not starting over none of them.
Bro, yes, he should start over quickly, bro.
He ain't starting over RJ Barrett. Quickly is a better point guard than Cam Thomas. They're not
He's
putting
not
him
a
on the
two
bench.
guard. RJ is a small forward. He wouldn't.
He RJ's a two guard. They're gonna put him at the two. They're gonna put Ingram at the three. They're gonna put Scotty at the four. He's not starting.
Bro, he should start over in Toronto, bro. He's better than RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, I seen him play. He was on the Knicks. His defense ain't that stellar, and when they need him to score the ball, he be missing a lot.
Don't they got Quickly
I
over
won't
there?
argue that.
LM,
Quickly's a
don't they
point
got
guard.
Quickly? Don't they got Quickly
Yeah.
over there?
Yeah, who's getting paid 5 years, 132 mil? You think they bringing him off the bench? You crazy?
But that's the business of basketball. It's just just because they got bigger contracts, it's the only reason why. It's not be like putting Cam Thomas on the bench is a good thing, bro. You gotta at least have a better scorer than Cam Thomas for him to come off the bench.
So you're telling me a backcourt of Tyler Hero and Cam Thomas is going to work when both of them primarily are scorers? Come on, that's not going to work.
Him in Miami won't be bad. I won't argue that. I think him in Miami could be one.
Third option. I said Miami. He would definitely be a second or third option on Miami. That
Him next to Tyler Hero and Bam, they ain't a bad thing.
Hey, bro.
I don't think that would be bad.
I love Cam Thomas, but on a competing team, he's a six man, bro.
You can't argue that right now.
On another,
let's say he go to Houston.
He's just gonna go outplay whoever y'all like, and then he's gonna get an opportunity. He just didn't get that opportunity on this.
Let's say he go to Houston with KD. He's coming off the bench, bro, in Houston.
Can't play him.
Who's the starting two guard over there?
Amen Thompson, and you not sitting him.
Oh, Amen.
He's gonna outplay that, and then Amen is gonna go to the bench and come in for
They got him to pick
defense.
5. He got him in the 5th pick. They're not gonna sit Amen Thompson, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm not getting in silly debates with y'all. I'm being honest, bro.
Amen Thompson is the two guard. Fred VanVleet is the one. You starting him over Fred VanVleet?
Bro, I'm not saying that he would start on Houston. I didn't say that. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't say that he would start on Houston.
I think that if he go over there and he starts scoring 40 off the bench, niggas is gonna think about it.
And I think he would start for the Jazz. I think he would start for the Jazz. I think he would start. Nigga, he could start for the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves.
No, whoa. Come on, you can't play that.
Oh, shit. Who your point guard, bro?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, it's easy, bro. Get easy up here.
No, easy.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, he's talking about at point guard.
Hey, yo, this nigga fell off.
Whoa.
Cam's not a point guard. That's the problem.
Y'all clip farming, bro.
Right.
They
reactionary people.
Exactly.
Why do y'all say this like Cam is?
Somebody call an ambulance.
Y'all saying this like Cam is a point guard, bro. That's not the case. He's a two guard.
No, but that's what Breezy was talking about, and I knew that's what he was saying, but y'all didn't even let him finish. Y'all just bust out over Ant. Oh my god!
No, next to Ant.
Nigga said next to Ant.
He said next to Ant. Bro, you honestly have to put him at the one.
Hello, real quick. Who plays in the backcourt with Ant?
You starting them over?
That's what Breeze was trying to figure out before.
Bro, they can sit old ass Conley down and start Cam Thomas.
Are you
Cam,
drunk?
Cam's not a point guard though, Breeze. Tell me how he's a point guard on that team
Bro,
with it, man.
listen,
How?
listen,
He wants to score.
listen.
Yo, Conley got the arguably the best IQ at the point guard on that team.
Bro,
It doesn't matter if he's 37 or not. He controls damn near the whole. He sets everybody up mostly. Yes, Ant scores, but Conley fouls people
Conley was
too.
one of the best point guards in the league at one time, bro.
20 years ago.
But he's still
Nah.
very respected and a very high IQ
When
basketball player.
Cam Thomas was
Niggas is
4
playing
years old.
2K out here, bro. I see what's going on.
Yo,
Niggas is playing motherfucking 2K out here. Put Cam Thomas on the court with any of these niggas. Fuck that.
I can't, man. Listen, I like Cam
Fuck
Thomas,
this play in the
but
backcourt
he's
with
not a
Ant-Man,
point
niggas
guard,
crazy.
man.
No,
Cam's not a point
on
guard.
some real shit, right? So
That would be a
Cam,
nice
I
duo
can
to see, though. I ain't gonna-
I ain't gonna
he
lie.
could possibly go to.
You had me with Giannis and Cam Thomas, my nigga, but goddamn.
Who's the 2 guard for the Bucks?
Who did that nigga Kevin Porter Jr., I believe.
No,
You
he's
can
a
put
point
Cam
guard.
with
Nah, Cam's starting on Milwaukee. Cam's starting on
Yeah.
Milwaukee.
Cam
I give him
can
that.
start in Milwaukee.
Yeah,
They
you
ain't
can
gonna
put
go.
Cam in
Them
Milwaukee.
niggas ain't gonna go nowhere, but
Gary,
he ain't gonna start.
Gary
No,
Trent.
hold on. I just want to see the
Gary
general
Trent is the
consensus.
2 guard.
Hold on.
Gary,
I just
He's
that
starting
nigga
over
Gary
Gary
Trent Jr.,
Trent.
yeah.
He's starting over Gary Trent. I'll give him that. He's starting in
hold on.
Milwaukee.
But
I don't know about
only,
that.
But y'all only talk about teams that will compete for a championship, so we're not talking
Right.
about all the
So why we sending that nigga to another bum ass team when we the bum ass team?
No. We talking about we're not sending him.
No, we
nowhere, bro.
only
I'm
talking
not-
about playoff teams, and right now it's only looking like he could fit on the Bucks as a starter.
Right, and they could give up a pick for him
so Golden
potentially.
State Warriors, who they starting 2 guard?
The starting 2 guard for the Warriors.
Pods.
And then, nah, it's not Pods. It's No. It's Jimmy. No, Jimmy is the starting 2 guard.
Oh, it's Pods, man. Pods is the starting 2 guard.
Oh yeah, the white boy, the lefty.
Yeah.
Jim Thomas can start next to Curry, bro. That's a fact.
No, he cannot. Next, try again, bro. Next,
I can't. That won't work.
this nigga losing his mind, bro. Yeah, try again.
Bro,
Next,
I'm starting Cam Thomas over Pod or whatever his name is, bro. I'm starting him over. We just going to agree to disagree.
them niggas run a system over there that doesn't include Cam Thomas, my nigga. Like, I'm sorry.
You know what's interesting about the Warriors?
Sorry, you just
You
wrong.
know what's interesting about the
No,
Warriors?
you're
They have
wrong.
wait, besides Kuminga, they have no athletic players really on that team. So you add Cam to that team. Does that make them better than what they are right now? Maybe a few points. That's about
Cam
it.
Thomas is better than Pod or whatever his name is, bro. Yes.
Yeah, but is that backcourt of Thomas and Curry going to stop anybody defensively? That's basically 3-on-5 defense.
Who Pod stopping? Who he stopping?
Who's Cam stop? Wait, who's Cam Thomas stopping? Please. Cam couldn't even crack the 400 mark in defense. He couldn't even crack 400 on defense. Come on, Breeze.
We get to the point in the show where Cam Thomas is better than 29 other niggas that start.
Hold on, come out. John is asking questions but not answering no questions. That's not fair.
Breezy, he didn't crack the 400 mark on defense.
Bro, you just talking. You're not listening.
Yeah, okay.
Defensively,
Take my advice.
he's not locking shit down, for one. For two, his scoring prowess is not on Cam Thomas level. So to answer your specific question without you moving the goalpost, yes, he makes them a better team than what Pod can do or bring to the.
And what defense is he playing? And what defense is Cam playing next to Kerr? I would like to hear it, Breeze.
Oh, Pod doesn't play defense.
Oh, no, you just deflected a pod. You didn't even answer the question.
I answered your question already, bro.
And what defense does Cam play? You couldn't give me an answer.
Bro, what do you mean?
I had to look it up. Pod is the highest POA defender on any lineup. Be honest with you.
Wow, thank you, Leaf. Thank you, Leaf.
I
just had to look it up. Pod is the highest used POA player in any start.
Pod plays defense, so I don't know what this conversation is.
I don't know either. Hey, Leaf, thanks for answering the question, Leaf. Leaf. Shout out to you.
He can
Pod
shoot
is on the ball a lot.
Low key.
Pod can shoot. And Pod can shoot. What do you mean?
And rebound. He's a rebounder.
And rebound.
Can I ask you guys a question? Can I ask you guys a question?
I swear, hold on. Let me get the big screen. I swear, I love how y'all found all of the value in all these other players on other teams, but got the fucking audacity to question me about my validity as a Nets fan when shit like this happens. Y'all piss me the fuck off every time because y'all find all of this value in all these other players on all these different teams. I big Cam Thomas up and I'm a Glazer. That's why I be like, y'all be on bullshit, not me. I stand on the square that I'm supposed to stand on. Y'all the ones who want to deviate and talk about all of the different talent on all of the different teams, which is fine. But don't be mad at me for finding value in a player that's on our team. If Parr was on our team, I would be backing him and not backing Cam Thomas. But the truth is that y'all don't want Cam Thomas. So y'all don't want
I
Cam
like
Thomas on
Cam
his team.
Thomas.
Hold on. Let me finish. Y'all don't want
That's
Cam
cap.
Thomas on his team. Y'all want this team to
if
be.
that's cap,
Y'all
hold on,
y'all want this team to be international players and to
Who said that?
bro. That's how y'all
I
act.
want this
Yo,
team
that's
to
what the
find a
Nets want.
direction, bro. Like
That's what
If
the
I'm
Nets
not.
it
want.
don't
Y'all just
listen,
following everything the Nets want.
No, I just
apply,
want the
What?
team
No,
to
we're
find a
not.
if it
direction.
don't apply,
Period,
let it
bro.
Oh
fly.
Like that's what
boy.
I want.
If it
I
don't,
don't
if
do.
it don't,
I just find a direction. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just find one.
I just
bro,
asked him what
if it
defense
don't
Cam
apply,
plays. That's all I
if it
asked.
don't apply, let it apply. If it don't apply, let it fly, bro. At the end of the day, I say, yo, why we always focus? I'm the one that changed the tone about us being a defensive team opposed to an offensive team, and that's because of what I said. That Leaf keeps bringing up that I said about the Byron Scott coach team where he ran a 9-10 man roster and he had 10 guys in there being instrumental to the offense that they were running and playing defense, sound defense. And I'm saying that to say play 10 guys for one, but two, Cam Thomas is something that the Nets never really had. We never had an elite scorer. So the fact that we never had an elite scorer and now we have
What
one,
was Kevin Durant?
bro, to a draft pick elite scorer. Sean Marks never drafted an elite scorer as a draft pick. Kevin Durant came here with his name already. He like the Brooklyn Nets didn't pick Kevin Durant. He was Kevin Durant before he got here.
To be fair, he never had a lot of opportunities to do it.
Wait,
I mean, it's the first time we laughed it in the
Bro,
landed in
players
the
like
draft
Cam,
remarks.
wait. I
players
asked the
like
wrong,
Cam Thomas is
You
getting
should never
phased
talk
out,
about
bro.
somebody
wait.
switching.
Landed
I
in the
asked the
top
wrong
10.
question. So is Cam Thomas an elite scorer? Or is Cam Thomas an elite player?
Scorer.
How does that lead to superstar status if he's just a good scorer and not a great
You called
player?
him a superstar. I never said he was a superstar. Don't
Whoa,
do that
whoa,
to me.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, pause. You've been saying Cam is the guy for how many
Technically, he never
years?
said
I
that.
never said he
Oh,
was a
Technically, he never
superstar,
said
bro.
that.
You just
come
I'll be
asked
on.
me a
honest with
question. I answered your
Exactly.
question
Y'all be
directly. You
running
asked
the
me if he an
narrative.
elite scorer or an elite player. I said an elite scorer. So where
But
you
he's not.
going?
But he's not an elite player though, and that is why the
I
market is
never
the
said
way it
he was
is.
an elite player. I said he was an elite
But
scorer.
you say he should be the number one option. You shouldn't be the obvious option just
Over
because you can score though.
MPJ, yes. Over Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, yes. Over Spencer Dinwiddie, yes.
Over a
Over
bad
Joe Harris,
roster,
yes.
okay. But what about a
I was
good
right.
roster?
I was right. What roster? Some shit you
But we
imagining?
don't got a good
No, it's what
roster.
you're imagining
But
because you think Cam
when
is
we
the
when
number
we
Why
one
y'all
was
talking
superstar
about
of
this
exists.
What are you
imaginary
talking
good
about? You
roster?
say
We
you
don't
asked
have
me.
a
You
good
Jay,
asked
but
me.
roster.
Jay,
I said he
hold
should
up,
be a.
Jay. Respectfully,
Hold
a
on,
minute ago we was
listen,
talking about playoff teams, bro, and it got quiet.
bro. What you mean they got
What you
quiet, bro? I
mean?
answered the question. How long y'all want to have that soliloquy? Y'all keep
Breeze,
bouncing
we're
all
not the
around.
only
What's the
team. We're not the
question?
only team that looks at players on the roster. Like I'm sure there's people in Detroit that Detroit fans don't like. Like it's not just the Nets that
Exactly.
we look at Cam Thomas. We like, oh, we don't like him. Every fan has
Bro,
a player on their team that they do not like.
Exactly. That's
That
what I
is
was
a
saying.
fact.
That's what I was saying earlier. It's some fans that's going to value other players than some other fans are.
Exactly. This isn't rocket science. Every fan has a player on their team that they don't like that they want to get rid of. That's not a
That's what I was saying.
phenomenon.
You can't
Every
really get mad at niggas because
Every
it's
fan,
Every
a factor in the
every
fan
fan
base.
of
every
every
fucking
team.
fan.
There's somebody a Charlotte Hornets fan right now that wants somebody off that Hornets team right now
Well,
to get
I don't
traded.
know if
Not
I
only
could.
that, LM.
I don't know if I could find an OKC fan that want a nigga going from their team, bro. I respect
But
nah,
that.
because they
here's the
Except for
thing,
them,
though. Here's
except
the
for
thing.
OKC, they probably want their whole roster.
Here's the
But
thing. You
but
gotta
they
look when you look at CT. Like I said, when you look at CT, he's a very
already made it.
when you look at CT, he's a very polarizing player. You feel me? So it's going to be half of the fan base like that's going to get up with him for what he does very, very well, and there's going to be other fans that's going to be skeptical because of the things he can't do well. So I mean,
But he
that's
isn't
just the
the
way it
only
is.
polarizing player, Joey. That's just what I'm
He
trying to say.
hasn't
He's not
done
the
He's
only
the
well
only
as
polarizing
polarizing
player.
player on our team,
Yeah,
probably.
as
but
a
on our
football
team, on our
fan.
team,
but
on our team.
organizations
But
on
I don't think that should be held. I don't think that should be held at a higher standard enough to where the Nets shouldn't have to go out and go build a roster, whether it's with Cam or with or without Cam Thomas. The business of basketball is undefeated. I keep telling niggas that, bro. Like, and then now we seen today how undefeated it truly is. This nigga got the $6 million qualifying offer because they wasn't trying to pay him. They offered him maybe what 2 years, 28, and he took the 6-year qualifying because he was appalled at the 2-year, 28. He was appalled at that shit. That's the facts of the matter. The bottom line is, whether we like Cam Thomas or not, bro, like, yo, the Nets offered a deal. He
We
didn't
did
take
talk
that.
about this earlier.
They offered him 30 million.
That's the whole point.
Leave 30 million. They offered him, and he didn't want it.
Also,
But
every organization makes mistake on players and payments. You know what I'm saying? You can't just say the Brooklyn Nets is the only organization in the NBA that's
That's true too. That's true. That's
messed
a
up
fact.
on a player or
we act like the Brooklyn Nets the only
You
one that
gonna
gave
get
out
this
bad
shit wrong
contracts.
as a
Like, come on.
GM and as a front office. You gonna get this shit wrong 1,000 times before you get it right.
Yo,
Hold
bro,
on, let
y'all
Ice
making
finish.
so many
Let Ice
excuses
finish
for
that
these niggas
soliloquy
right
because
now.
I wanted to add to that. Go ahead, Ice.
I said every organization don't get it right, bro. They either pay somebody that you don't like, or they don't pay somebody that you like, or they trade somebody that you don't like and keep the player that you like, or trade the player that you like and keep the player. You know what I mean? It's always a mismatch in every organization in the NBA. Like Lee said, you're not gonna always get it right. You're gonna get it wrong so many times because you're trying to do all these things. You got all this personnel and coaches. You listening to this, you looking at that. You looking at stats, you looking at this, you know what I'm saying? It's so much to go into one player, and they're gonna make a mistake, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make that mistake a lot of times. So you can't, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
Because as fans, we view basketball players differently. You might see value in a guy that I don't see the value in. So
Sure.
if you look at him like you see value in him, even though he may not be a really, really big name, you probably gonna get pissed if your team gets rid of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. But the bottom line is, bro, we need time to build all of this shit. Whether it's with or without Cam Thomas, bro, we gonna need time to build all of this
Agreed. I
shit.
agree with that.
Like, I mean, the bottom line, the bottom line in this entire equation, bro, is only one person that need to work out on our roster, bro, to a higher T, and that's Yegor, because he's our only top 10 pick since we've been here. That's the reality of it.
I think Cam Thomas set the bar. He was a 27th pick. Why? Yo, Yegor, this whole thing, that's another thing I don't like Nets fans doing. They don't hold Yegor to a high standard. They like,
we are holding Yegor to a high
We
standard.
all do. He hasn't played yet. You can't.
He hasn't played yet. We are holding him to a high standard.
How could you say that when Yegor?
How could you say that? I just said he the only nigga that need to pan out. What is not? What did you not understand?
Majority of the
hold on. How could you say that when Yegor been getting cooked since we fucking drafted him?
Exactly.
He walked out of the arena when we picked him. So
he been getting cooked by the crowd, by our fan base, by everybody.
Right.
We had
He has to
5
play
picks.
first.
We had niggas cheered more for Ben Saraf than they cheered for him.
I don't know about that. I don't know. None of us really
That is a
that high
fact.
bets around. But can I be honest with you, Breeze? If Cam never had those 40-point games, would he have ever really set a high bar if he didn't have those 40-point games? Because that's where everybody looks back on those 40-point games.
If a tree wasn't made out of wood, could you still make chopsticks out of it?
Don't give me the Kawhi Leonard vibes, bro.
Just ask the dumbest questions sometimes, bro.
That's a real good question, though. I'm asking actually good questions.
Let me answer your
question.
question.
They're not good, bro, because it didn't happen. It's imaginary.
Oh yes, okay. Jay, you're not answering the questions. You don't like the answers. You don't like the answers, Jay.
No,
it
doesn't matter. You're asking irrelevant questions about things that didn't happen, won't happen.
That's your opinion. That is your opinion. Joey, I agree with me.
What if he didn't score 40 points? He did multiple times.
No, but if he didn't, would that be such a crazy bar? Because you have those 40 points led to something. It led to him turning down $30 million. That's what it led to.
Bro, no, Sean Marks' bad management led to that. Let's not put this with Cam Thomas, bro. What you mean? He gave Cam
It's both sides. It's both sides, Breezy. Both sides.
Bro, let me finish. He gave Cam Johnson that money. He didn't. Cam Johnson might have deserved it, but he didn't deserve it from the Brooklyn Nets. He didn't do that much with the Brooklyn Nets where he deserved to get paid before Cam Thomas. Also, DeAndre Jordan didn't deserve to get paid. I could go down the list of players that didn't.
Oh God!
Deserve to get
Listen,
paid.
Sean Marks is a bad GM,
Ben
but
Simmons contract. He should have never did a lot of the stuff like that. But the point is that the mistakes that he make, y'all overlook and then try to put the accountability on the players. But if the GM don't have no accountability, this is why Jeff Peterson can say, deuces, I'm out of here. I'll do my own thing. I'll be a GM in the same Eastern Conference, and it is what it is. And what happened, bro? I'm not saying they're going to run a better program than the Brooklyn Nets because I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. I'm not going that far. But at the end of the day, I'm disgruntled on how the front office has handled the situations when we had a chance to win. You put a rookie coach in a situation because he's your friend. Y'all excuse that though.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Bree. If you the GM and KD and Kyrie come to you and be like, "Yo, we shaving $10 million off of our contract for you to sign DeAndre Jordan," you gonna say no?
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
But they're taking money off of their,
look at DeAndre Jordan's season
pay
before.
They're taking some of their contract money and they're giving it towards DeAndre Jordan because they wanted to play with him because he's their friend. And you're gonna say no to two generational players because you don't like DJ?
It's not that I don't like DJ. You asked, it was contingent on whether we keep Jared Allen or not. You're making it seem like, oh, we're gonna have Jordan. But what I'm saying,
that was one of the stipulations for the Stars. It's like, yo, we want to come here. We also want you to bring DJ. However, we're going to take a $10 million pay cut. You take that $10 million and you pay our man DJ because we want him here with us. You gonna tell those two stars no?
Yes, bro. They got to fall in line too, bro.
Boy.
Like. So hold on, this is what I'm saying. Y'all ask these questions as in they just supposed to say yes. They ain't got
no. But what I'm saying is more
they don't, hold on, so they don't got no backbone. They're just supposed to say yes just because it's you asked me a question and I like the way it sounded, so I'm gonna say yes. No, Sean Marks have a backbone. Say no, Steve Nash. You're a cool guy, and yeah, you could clink Modelo's with me at the next barbecue, but you ain't no head coach. No, Ime's a better coach than you. I'm playing him as the head coach.
I'm with you on the Steve. I'm with you on
nothing to deserve a head coach job. Bro.
I'm with you on the Steve Nash thing. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is we gotta tell the whole context when it comes to the DeAndre Jordan shit, because it wasn't like the Brooklyn Nets went out and said, "Yo, we need DJ on this team." That was a Kyrie and KD request. Them niggas gave up $10 million of their money so DJ could be here with them. So,
but to cut Jared Allen minutes,
you said what?
Nah. They cut Jared Allen minutes because of DJ.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. So you're gonna tell two stars that just came to Brooklyn, generational niggas, nah, we not doing that.
Bro,
both Sean and Cam dropped the ball.
Yo, bro, it was your idea. It was your idea to play for the Brooklyn Nets. Y'all both wanted to be here.
But in the same breath, right? Niggas say, yo, we should have told KD and Kyrie, nah, we not doing that. But it'll be the same niggas like, oh, see, Sean Marks and them is not making KD happy. That's why he want to leave. Like,
oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
Joey,
what do y'all?
It gotta be a back and forth, Joey. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be a give and take. It can't just be you up on it and I'm losing. Like, you gotta find common ground. We gotta find
it's like it's damned if niggas do, if damned if niggas don't. If they work with the stars, then y'all niggas say they pandering to the stars and they doing everything they want. If they don't work with the stars, y'all niggas saying they don't know how to handle stars.
If Cam had a resume, he would have got paid already, but he don't. Like, you can't NBA 2K this, guys.
For 2-3 weeks, just that the organization is saying that they want character guys, but you keep trying to say me and Breeze are saying we want character guys. We trying to tell you what the organization is doing, and if the organization doesn't, if the moves don't line up with what they saying they trying to do, it don't make no sense and proves that you don't really have a direction. And that's the point that we keep trying to make. Not that we give a fuck about the character shit, is that they said that they want something. They said the religion was winning and they're not even trying to win at all. They are These things just are contradicting each other. They don't make sense.
But we know they don't have a direction. They just blew up a team. They're starting from scratch. They're still trying to figure it out. That's common sense.
Basically,
they were saying they was retooling, like you said earlier.
Right.
I said from then they was rebuilding. They was rebuilding, but they were just trying to rebrand it on some bullshit.
Nah,
You got to look through what they saying and see what they actually doing in the season.
Not,
I agree. I agree with Jay, but I think he had the words mismatched. They was retooling on some bullshit, and now they back to rebuilding.
right, but listen though, but we have to understand where the organization. Real quick, let me hold on.
The tools that you had,
we have to understand.
Rebuilding.
We have to understand where the organization was then and where the organization is now. Like I said, when we were trying to retool, we did not have our draft picks. So we could not go full mode rebuild. The Nets were trying to stay afloat. So they had to sell something and keep something decent on the court to win. You can't go full rebuild if you don't got your picks. Now, after we got rid of Mikal and we pivoted and got our draft picks, they said
that's when we were in a rebuild
going all in rebuild.
At the end of the day,
it was.
At the end of the day, Sean Marks got a GM job because he won 2 rings he didn't have to work for. He was a third stringer and assistant, and he got the job. This is the problem with Sean Marks is he has no direction. But in the same vein, came to the resume to demand the money he wants. Both of the sides should have came to, like you guys just said, middle ground, but they didn't, and both sides are wrong. Both Sean and Cam are wrong in certain ways. You can't deny that. That they both failed at this.
The difference is one of them is.
But hold on, not to cut Leaf off, but don't everybody agree that for the most part the general consensus is that building a roster starts from the top? I've heard that. I've been hearing that all season. The example is Sam Presti. It starts from the top. It starts from the top. Sam Presti. So why not hold Sean Marks accountable if we go and praise Sam Presti and the good work that he did? You got players that's contributing. That's like the 57th pick. I don't know if y'all know that.
Because
they like the 57th pick and they in the rotation.
It starts with Joe Tsai because he has to say yeah or nay. It starts with him. You know what I mean?
Everybody says it starts from the top when it comes to championships. It starts from that special player, man. Fuck out of here. I ain't going for that bullshit.
No, but you don't get the special player if you don't got a
scout. You got somebody like a scout mode. You got to have a scout mode.
Scouting
these players.
Scout mode. Yeah. I want to know who on OKC was scouting the SGA, bro. That's what I want to know.
Man, y'all niggas giving Presti all this props.
That's
man.
what I'm saying, bro. I'm not giving Sam Presti.
Let's not act like that nigga didn't start his shit from the studs too. Niggas
exactly.
Act like we forgot about the last 7
Sam. The only thing listen. I give Sam Presti all the credit in the world for drafting 3 arguably the greatest players we've seen in the last 25 years. And Harden, Westbrook, and Kevin Durant. I'm fine with that. But let's not start patting him on the back just yet, bro. Like, because it was a lot of luck in that shit, and we all seen it take place on the fucking court.
No, I'm gonna give him his props. I give him his
props, my nigga. But at the same time, let's not act like this shit was built from Rome. Was built from Rome, and he had this world-class plan. They was some shit when they had Pakashevsky and all them other and Giddy and all them other niggas, bro. Like they had once they found out SGA was that guy, then that's when they went full blown mode and they started blowing up.
Nah, I'm gonna give Presti props. I'm gonna give Presti props.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say two things. One, for him to be a new GM, he got to the finals pretty fast for expansion team and a new GM. And for 2, he got to win the NBA championship as an expansion team, and he's been that. And if I could correctly remember, he might right now be the longest standing GM in the NBA. Who's been a GM longer than Sam Presti right now? For one team. For one team.
I don't know.
Pat Riley, bro. Look at the company he is.
I mean, it wasn't like OKC. It wasn't like OKC was out there fishing for new GMs. They in Middle America. I'm right, but like, OKC is literally 4-hour drive from where I'm at, bro. Literally, like so, like it wasn't like they was gonna set the fucking world on fire. Had they went out and got who the fuck Lawrence Frank or motherfucking whatever one of them niggas that whatever one of them GMs that was on the market. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, listen, OKC, Denver surprised me the most when they got rid of their staff. So like, I mean, OKC, Sam Presti is a free agent at this time next year. So Who knows? He might go somewhere else. Shit, I don't know. The only other person that I know that been in the office probably that longer probably was Pat Riley, Mark Cuban up to
No,
last
I'm
year.
gonna definitely give Presti his props though, because he saw something in Shaw and he took a chance, and you know what? He drafted well, and then once he drafted well and he got that core there with Shaw, he improved around around the edges and made the right trades and got the right people in free agency. And he won a championship. He traded for Caruso. He got Hartenstein. He fucking drafted Jalen, Chet, and all those other guys. And you know what I mean? And
But Joey, slow it down, but because that's leading to my point with you and Ice. He drafted Jalen Williams in the lottery, but late in the lottery, bro. That's
right.
scouting, finding out. All right, we
Oh,
don't have to
he's a
get the
hell of a
top 3
drafter.
pick to get talent. You
He's
know
a
what I'm
hell of a
saying?
drafter. He always been that. He always
Bro,
been
this is
that. I
the
mean,
Isn't
same
it?
man. This is
Isn't
the same
it?
man that drafted KD, Russ, and Harden, bro.
Right.
but he
That's
drafted them
what I'm
niggas at the
saying.
top 3, respectfully.
Right. For me, the GM earns his stripes from the draft. Like, yeah, you get props for the free agent, but these guys are proven already. So, you know what I mean? Just do good business.
I mean,
But
you
if
could
you can
draft in the
scout
top 3 or
talent from the
But also, Breezy, I'm gonna throw Sean
draft,
Marks a lifeline because we want to compare Presti to Sean Marks, and I get that. But you gotta understand, Presti always had the premier picks. This is Sean Marks' highest draft pick this year
true.
since he's been a fucking GM in Brooklyn. Do we not
Not true.
understand that? Compared
No,
to
I'm with you.
somebody who's been picking in the top 10 forever.
Facts. And I don't recall nobody, and I don't know nobody that's comparing Yegor to neither one of them niggas that he drafted in the top 3, not even Chet. So I mean, it is what it is, bro. Like, listen, when you come away with 3 top 3 draft picks that end up winning MVPs in this league, scoring titles in this league, and going on to having magnificent careers, bro, why wouldn't you be a damn great GM? You get credit for that. I mean, but listen, if Sean Marks had the picks that he had, he probably would be just as good as he is too.
That's my point. Not
I
saying he
mean, shit,
would.
like
It's a
let's
possibility, though.
like you can only give a GM but so much credit, bro. Okay, he made the pick, the nigga turned out. What about the GMs that kept picking top 3, like
Exactly.
Charlotte and all these burger teams that keep getting picked, and all them top 3 and top 5 picks amounted to nothing.
Now, if we were like Charlotte or a team like that, I could see
Then we
because
could be. Then I could understand why we pissed off
them niggas been in the top 10 and getting good draft picks. Same thing with Detroit.
forever.
We finally started getting in the top 10 to get some good draft picks with Marks. So Marks been picking in the 20s in the fucking second round since
He
he's
been
been
picking
here.
from from the 19 pick to the second round, bro. Like, and I'll
So
be honest with you.
you really can't compare
Nah,
his
that's
picks
fair.
to
That's
Presti's,
fair,
man. You can't
Yeah,
compare his picks to Presti.
I'm not even comparing him to Presti. The fact that Sean Marks had this job for as long as he had is crazy as hell to me anyway, bro. Like, the only thing that we ever did, like, good enough to be formidable to win a championship was say yes to Kevin Durant and yes to Kyrie Irving. That's the only thing we did. Like,
Yeah, but
drafting, we had nothing.
I
When
swear to
Sean Marks
God.
showed up, we didn't have anything during the draft. We traded all that shit to Boston.
well, Billy King did
If
before he got here.
Marks get locked up tonight, he's lucky he got y'all to shoot him all his bail.
No, listen, I'm not sitting here saying I like Sean Marks, and I'm not saying he hasn't fucked up on some things. But we gotta bring full context to shit, bro. You can't compare this man drafting to Presti when Presti been having premier picks like forever. Sean
Nah,
Marks
that's
been
fair.
picking in the
That's
20s and in the fucking second round. Presti been getting top
Last
10
time,
picks.
last time I checked, Chet Holmgren got picked number 2. Last time I checked, KD got picked number 2.
Sometimes you only as good as your hand, bro. That's all I'm saying. That you
No,
dealt.
yo, bro. I agree
No,
with you, Joey. I'll give grace to Sean Marks for that. But again, putting yourself in position to sign the players that you got, sign the talent that you got, not do good business and build a winning culture. Isn't that what you're supposed to do as a GM? Because
we already went through
pretty fine and dandy. But at the end of the day, bro, what are we building? If everybody's asking about the direction, you got me going off on the tear about the defense. You got other players, other fans talking about the offense and you know what I mean, playmaking, and you know, we discussing all of these different things. Bro, I'm just asking for them to keep a core. You gotta lose with guys sometime before you win. You gotta build a core. You gonna trade Cam Thomas? Then okay, who's our core? And how
Absolutely,
long they gonna
absolutely.
be our core for? How
But
long until it's time to pay
Breeze, you
them? And
gotta
then you want to pay them
I
more
ain't
when
gonna
it's
lie
time to
to
pay
you.
them too?
I'm not gonna lie to you respectfully. Like the whole time Cam Thomas been here, bro, he been playing with different rosters, like left and right, respectfully. So I agree with you.
Exactly, bro.
So I agree with you in terms of keeping a core, but at the same time, bro, like this is one of the reasons why I don't think Cam Thomas alone is the answer to niggas' problems. The reality is we kept talking about high draft picks and this, that, and the third. We got one. We got one now. Now that they trying to make him a formidable piece. Now, if it's with or without Cam Thomas, I don't know.
bro.
But we got to see, bro. Like we got to see what kind of plan they got. Right now, the realistic version of this is that these niggas is throwing a lot of shit at the wall and seeing what's going to stay
But
there and
that's the
going to
thing.
stick.
But that's the thing. They're doing
Sometimes
that
you got
because
to do that when you ain't got
but
when you barely got shit to rebuild with.
exactly.
That's what you got. That's kind of what you got to do.
But that's what I was saying. Like you keep saying, like, okay, we need the core, we need the core, bro. The thing is, we don't have the
Yeah,
core. We're trying to figure out the core, bro. The last time we had a core was when Karis LeVert, Spencer,
yeah,
and Allen and was all was there. Since then,
yes,
we haven't had a core. We've been in and
right,
out with players because of we were trying to win a championship and we were trying to get the right players around them. Then after that, we was just trying to figure this shit out,
bro.
like
But
we
that's
are
what
now.
I'm saying. Listen, as a fan, I was a happy fan with that call for Allen, Harris, Karras, Spencer. We felt like we was building something. I seen us progressing season after season with Kenny Atkinson. I seen Kenny Atkinson becoming a better coach season after season. I
True.
seen him really player develop. And this is what I'm saying. This is why I hold the player development conversation to a high standard because I seen it with Kenny Atkinson for the 4 seasons he was here. He player developed Karras and Spencer to see if they could play one or two. He gave Karras LeVert point guard duties. He gave Spencer point guard duties. He gave Spencer two guard duties. He gave Karras two guard duties. Pretty much, Joe Harris ran the two, a little bit of the three, but they never tried to play develop him past that. He
But
was
but
he was very efficient on his player development and who should do what and trying new things with different players, bro. Great
And
at
that's how
that.
it's gonna
I
be
mean,
majority.
and that's how it's gonna
Jordan
be
pick.
now that we
Jordan
actually
pick.
got some picks out of the draft
Exactly.
to actually work with, bro. Like them niggas that we was getting back when we first got Kenny Atkinson. Remind you, Billy King made that mess, and then Sean Marks had to basically come in and clean it up. We had no trade value. We was running around with Chase Budinger at one point, bro. Like I remember them
Nigga, Sean
days.
Marks was scraping niggas off the street.
Yes,
He went and got Joe Harris at the garbage pail. He
Kenny
went and
Kenny
got he
Atkinson
went he
Kenny
went and
Atkinson was Kenny Atkinson was stuck in Charlotte, bro, doing nothing.
he
He was
he took
doing nothing.
he took a D'Angelo Russell who was exiled from LA.
Yes,
He fucking
and turned
drafted a
him into
Karis
an
LeVert.
all
Right.
star.
He drafted a Karis LeVert who had a significant injury in fucking college. So everything he did, it was like low risk, high reward players. He was trying to find value in shit because we ain't have nothing to fucking work with.
Nothing, absolutely
No, no,
nothing.
no.
And,
Yeah,
and
y'all listen, y'all saying a lot of valid things. But what about what Twin Chopper said? He said Mark said at the end of the season they want to look back and be like, we drafted this guy, but never have any patience when it comes to the guys they draft. What do y'all
That
say to that?
I'm gonna say this, and
the
I know what you're hinting to. You're hinting to Cam Thomas. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Breezy. The Nets do not look at Cam Thomas as a core on this team. The proof is in the pudding. The
Right.
writing is on the wall. They've been carrying him like they do not see him as a valuable piece as a core piece of this team, and it is what it is. Now the other guys that we just drafted, they might. I don't know.
I mean, the realistic version of this, bro, is that Yegor is really the only pick that most Nets fans is expecting to pan out. The rest of these niggas, we've been drafting from 19 to 30. We've been doing it. Sean Mark's been doing that for years. He's been scrapping up the back of the draft, the back 20s of the
Exactly.
draft. So the reality is the fact that we got a Yegor at 10 and we have a possibility to get another top 10 pick this upcoming season because they clearly trying to lose games. At least of what it seems like the way the roster's built. I mean, this is how rebuilds work.
That's what I've been saying.
This is how them shits work,
I mean,
bro.
because
Like you just
everybody want. I mean, like Jay said, I like that term, instant gratification. Well, guess what? You're not going to get instant gratification when it comes to a rebuild, bro. You just
exactly.
not.
You're not unless Yegor and MPJ do some extravagant shit this year, bro. I don't really see anything being built, bro. Like from the ground and going forward next year, bro. Like it seems to me like we going for a top 10 pick after this upcoming this time next year in the draft, and we probably gonna move from there and see what we got from there, bro. But I mean, this draft might be one of the most important if because this past one, bro, like it seemed like we was like we was kind of fiddling around with it because we was excited to have a top 10 pick to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And that never happened in Brooklyn Nets history, and it
Fact.
happened. So the fact that it happened and now you dipped your feet in the water, now you feeling the temperature, you like, oh, all right, let's go in a little bit more.
Hold on,
That's
Reef. I
how
thought we picked
rebuilds work.
somebody at 3 when we first got to Brooklyn. What was his name? I thought we had.
Favors.
Huh?
Favors was in New Jersey.
Oh, Favors was in New Jersey. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was
Derek
Favors.
Favors was
Right.
Favors was in New Jersey.
Yo, it's hilarious to me that y'all are so in support of this stuff. But we
I
gonna
think
No, it's not that I'm in support of it. I just understand
Time,
it.
time is going to tell. You know what I mean? Because time always tells. And I love to go back to it. You know what I mean? And be like, see?
you know
But
what,
y'all
Jay.
gotta understand something. Just because
You know what, Jay. I'm gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you that I'm not gonna get pissed off during the season. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm not gonna throw tantrums during the season. I'm not gonna tell you that, bro. Because at the end of the day, for as long as you gonna know me, bro, I'm always gonna support black and white. I live in Texas, nigga, but I still support Brooklyn no matter what. I could go to Zimbabwe, nigga. I'm still supporting what you support.
listen, listen, I want to say about Cam Thomas. Like, I love Cam Thomas. I love his game, but I can't sit up here and act like I don't understand both sides. I understand where Brooklyn is coming from. As fucked up as you a fan may think it is, I understand where they coming from a business perspective. I also understand CT's part. It's just one of those things that where it's just a rough situation, bro. I'm not saying I agree with how they carrying it, but I understand why.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying you shooting them bail because you understand it. But is it a good decision? Just like when they was trading KD and Kyrie and all that, I understand it. But is it a good decision? No, it's fucking horrible to trade top talent to another team and get
I don't.
bullshit in return.
I
It
don't want to
is,
say.
but
I don't want
we
to
ain't
say
gonna
it's a.
act like it. Well, we ain't gonna act like it's gonna be done. It ain't gonna be done more times than it's not. My nigga, you gonna get this shit wrong a whole lot of times before you get it right.
But
That's
here's
how
the
this shit
thing. But
is.
here's the
Hold on,
thing,
wait,
though.
wait.
Here's the
Let me
thing, though.
answer Leaf right quick. The
Jay,
shit that we doing is like remarkably stupid. It's not like it's just, oh yeah, this is the shit that happened. You having KD, Kyrie, and Harden, nobody has ever squandered some shit like that. Drafting 5 dumbass picks in the first round, nobody has done dumb shit like that. This is historical dumb shit.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
here's my
because
thing, though.
I could
Here's
name
my
you
thing,
plenty
though.
of
Jay,
times that other teams did it.
can I be optimistic though?
Go ahead.
We don't know how shit is going to play out, bro. We don't
That's
know.
true.
We don't know if Cam gonna go to his next team a ball, or we don't know if he gonna get shelved. So for to sit up here and say it's dumb, we don't know. It might fucking pan out for us good. It might not. We'll see. Time will tell.
Time will
All
tell.
it, all it's gonna take is one 40-point game with
You
Cam
could,
Thomas in another jersey. Niggas gonna be,
right,
you
you
know,
can look at him right here and see he's gonna ball. That's what he does. He balls. So it don't matter
That's
what
true.
jersey you put him in.
That's true, but he's gonna have to get the minutes and the opportunities. Is
Yeah,
that coach really gonna buy into him?
but I feel like on another team, if he go out there and do what Leaf just said, put up a 40-point game, they gonna start questioning who's on the floor starting.
And they gonna start Cam after one
and they
40
gonna
point
start
game.
doing the
I'm not
same.
saying
And they,
after one game. I'm just saying once he goes out there, he gonna keep doing what he was doing off the bench, scoring 20 points in 12 minutes, shit like that. They gonna be like, damn, should we start him?
I
Okay.
mean,
And he
but
gonna
but
get
but
an opportunity on another team.
here's the thing about what you're saying, Jay. If he does that consistently off the bench for a good team, that 2020 plus, bro, that means he's exactly what I've always said he
Yeah, a
was.
6-man.
That's what it is, and ain't
Hey,
nothing
I
wrong
can't
with that.
think of a 6-man that could score like Cam Thomas, bro. I can't. Who can score like him as a 6-man?
It's not scoring like him. It's not about scoring like him. Is what you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, just picture this, right? Just picture you got your starting five, and y'all the starting five is nice. They've been there for a couple years, right? And you got a guy like Cam, right, who can give you 20 off the bench, easy light work, right? Your team, he will all like you be saying, he gonna keep your team afloat. And when they see the value in that, that becomes the problem for him because he may not get to the start. They may want to keep him as that, right?
Yo,
And that's yep.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You 100% right. Only because I told you I've been playing 2K and I took Cam Thomas' spot, and he is perfect coming off the bench. Like
Exactly.
Exactly.
when I go to the
Hold on.
bench,
So what do you? I want to ask a question to all you Cam get 40-point
when
balls
I go to the
guys.
bench, bro, Cam holds the team
I
down.
want to ask y'all this question. What do you say to guys who say, well, yeah, Cam get a lot of points when he on the floor, but he also give it right back on the other end of the floor. So it's kind of negating shit. What do you say to people who say that?
You got to build the same way they built around Luka.
I
Luka
didn't see
do the
that.
same thing. Luka do the same thing. They built defense around him. I mean, Luka score 40, give up 40.
Listen, I'm not even gonna listen. All I'm gonna say is, bro, when Cam Thomas was the best kept secret, bro, that's when he was at his best, and that's facts, bro. When he was putting up 40-point games, bro, outside of Brooklyn, bro, who knew about him? Outside of our fan base, who knew about him? No, when he was the best kept secret, bro, that's when
It's
he was
still
balling
that.
out.
The only people that know about him is the niggas that he done put buckets on. Like he
but
dropped buckets on niggas
I think you miss. But I think you really missing my point, bro.
when
Like
you
if you
listen to the announcers for them other teams,
for them other teams, yeah,
they
they
tough as hell.
but they don't do it too much justice, bro. When I say what I just said, when he's the best kept secret, that's when he's at his best. You know them 3 games, bro, where he put up 40, bro. He was coming off the bench. He wasn't even starting. Did y'all know that? Did anybody in here know that?
No.
That what?
Nobody knew that. Nobody
That
knew
what?
that.
Nah, he
That when he
started.
put up them 40-point games, bro, on Washington, Phoenix, and the Clippers, he wasn't even starting.
Nah, he definitely started versus the
He
Clippers. You
started,
sure?
bro. That would have been a
He
record.
started versus the Clippers that last game because that's when we finalized the deal. Because we had a little bit of players. Them first 2 games, he did not start.
I don't know
Who
if that.
started over him?
My nigga, go look at them starting lineups, bro. You gonna laugh your ass off.
Somebody started over him. I asked you who started over him.
I'm gonna go to the starting lineups right now, bro, because I know
Nah,
I got the URL here. I know I do, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Yo, you gonna laugh your ass
Well,
off when you
let's
hear
just
these.
hope Cam. Let's just hope Cam improves in different areas of his game this season, and him and the Nets come to an agreement, and he gets re-signed. I mean, to a bigger
That's a
deal.
fact. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
that,
That's a
that's
fact.
the kind of optimism I need, man.
That's a fact. So hold on, let me go to these games right quick, cause
But I will say right now, Breezy, it's not looking like they got one foot in the
Cam
door and one foot out with Cam
started
Thomas.
versus the Bulls.
so the game against Washington. Y'all want to hear our starting lineup?
Go ahead.
Royce O'Neal, Seth Curry, Joe Harris, Ed Sumner, and Nick Claxton.
40.
Wild shit.
40.
Wild shit.
Which
Off the
Totally,
bench.
totally wild. Let's go to the next game. The next game right after that, he put up 47 on the Clippers. And yep, they put him in the starting lineup this game. Boom. This was the game. This was the game versus Kawhi when Kawhi dapped him up. 15 for 29. That was him, Joe Harris, Ed Sumner, Royce O'Neal, Nick Claxton. The next game after that, boom. He had to start this game because he started the last game. And because we was missing players too. Well, I remember this shit.
Okay, so one
We
game he didn't start.
one game he
The
didn't
one he
start.
scored 44.
The one game he scored 44. My point is
44 in
this.
29 minutes.
My
Then
point is
47 in 39 minutes. Then
right.
43 in 39 minutes.
Right. But my point
What
is
was the
this.
efficiency, Jay? What was the efficiency? I gotta know that.
11 for 23 in the Phoenix game.
Mm-hmm.
That's 47%.
I know.
The previous game before that, he had 47. That's good for 15 for 29. The
Over
previous
50.
game before that, he had 44 versus the Wizards. And I know he shot better, bro, because this should say 16 for 23, and he did this in 29 minutes.
Bruh, how y'all? Yo, keep Cam Thomas on his team. To Joey's point, if they could work it out at the end of the season, and I want to answer Joey's question before, not answer it, but tell you what I want. I want them to let him play the whole season with the Brooklyn Nets. Play the whole season. Let's see him with the rookies.
He got to stay healthy though, Breeze.
Of course, but that's why I'm sad that all of this media narratives and spinning is happening without basketball being seen. I can't wait till Cam Thomas is playing next alongside these rookies so y'all can see my vision. Not that Cam Thomas necessarily needs to lead the rookies, but he meshes well with the rookies, bro. He does. I think he does.
I mean,
y'all keep saying he got to stay healthy, bro. Everybody in the NBA plays hurt at some time during the game. Like Steph Curry was playing with his fingers all taped up. Yeah, the team could have said, "Yo, you're hurt and you're a valuable asset. We need you to sit on the bench."
Yeah, but Steph Curry is proven though, bro. Steph Curry is proven and got paid.
About any player, bro. Players are playing hurt.
I understand that, Jay. But
no, because y'all keep holding the injury away against them.
No, I'm not. But because they hold that against you when it's time for you to get paid.
No. Let him talk, Joe.
They doing that on purpose because he was about to get paid, and they made him sit down so then they could tank better, and then shifted him, and then. I don't know how y'all expect a nigga to sign any or whatever deal after that, because that same hamstring injury that they said that he couldn't play through, they had to wait till he was 100% to get him back on the court. They was making Harden slave through and play through a hamstring injury.
Oh, that's just nasty.
Yeah, but
this is nasty,
I'm hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you why they did that, Jay. Because at that time they were competing.
Exactly.
That's why, bro. Like we wasn't competing for shit, bro. Like
wait.
Hold on. Yeah, but this goes back to what you had said, bro. They made him sit out because we were trying to lose games, but at the same time. It wound up being a little bit better for them because they didn't have to spend that much money in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And so it was kind of a double-edged sword for Cam Thomas. It was going to be a double-edged sword in the hands of them or the hands of Cam Thomas. So if he went off and had with Schroeder the rest of the year, we probably would have been a top 10 team in the East. Then we wouldn't have got that pick. That would have been worse on us because we supposed to tank after we got the Mikal. We got the picks for Mikal. The bottom line about Cam Thomas is, bro, when he wasn't the focal point of somebody on somebody else's chalkboard on defense, bro, he played a whole lot better, bro. When the other team didn't know nothing about this nigga, bro, he played a whole lot better. That's all I'm saying. And that's what
I wanted to say. Hold on, let me respond to Jay. Jay, I'm not holding Cam's injuries against him. What I'm saying is that is a focal point that is used when it's time for a player to get paid. Steph Curry is already proven. James Harden is already proven. We were competing for a championship. Them dudes is already made and getting paid. What I'm saying is I want Cam to stay healthy so he can stay on the floor and show his worth. If he can't stay healthy and stay on the floor, he can't do that. That's all. I'm not holding it against him. I'm just saying it hurts him when he's hurt and not on the floor and not being able to show his worth.
It hurts him.
His value.
The team is telling him he can't play. That's what I'm saying. Like everybody is injured throughout the season. People play with injuries, bro.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not holding it against them.
Yeah, but you can't do that with a hamstring. He tried. He came back, and he said he couldn't do it. He took himself basically like, I can't do it, and sat him down.
I remember that.
Yeah, after that, Jay, they might have sat him down longer because, look, he already had a hamstring twice. You know what I mean? And he was pushing it because he know he was trying to get paid. And
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can't damage the hamstring like that.
I don't know if I believe none of that, bro.
Bro, you seen him limp off. You seen him limp off the court.
I seen him limp over the court.
Bro, I think he was healthy before the season ended, bro. I don't think it took him 7 months to get healthy, bro.
And
I don't.
and like the shit that he's saying what the organization is telling him to say. When they ask you the question, this is what you say. Like, I don't know. That's why I can't just, oh yeah, he said it. I don't believe everything that he said, because when you're playing the game to try to get paid, you're gonna say what the team is telling you to say, because you trying to get paid in the off season. So you're like, let me play this game properly. They telling me to sit out, I'm gonna sit out. They telling me to say this, I'm gonna say this. And then when they come to the negotiation table, it's like, oh shit, y'all dead flip me just now.
Yeah, but
Yo,
why,
James
why,
Johnson
why would
niggas.
he
Y'all
believe
remember I
every
played that
player?
clip about Andre Iguodala? Y'all remember on 7 p.m. Brooklyn? Do y'all remember the clip? Y'all don't
Yeah, I
remember?
remember that.
But
I
Andre
remember
basically,
it, but
just to bring you up to speed, Andre Iguodala was like, yo, they tell you one thing in the beginning of the season, and then at the end of the season, they sing it a different song. That's because they trying to save money and do all of this with the cap and this and that. Like, but just the value of said player, Andre Iguodala was like, yo, that's why I was demanding starter money coming off of the bench, because I should have been starting. I was doing them a favor. So basically, he says, to end the soliloquy, when the franchise asks you to do what's best for the team, it ain't what's best for you. And when they supposed to fulfill their promises because you did what was best for the team, they don't deliver. This is why Al Harrington, I played the clip earlier, he said, yo, do what's best for you, because the franchise is going to do what's best for them.
I don't
Kim
know,
Thomas
man,
is still in
because
the mix of basketball, bro. The business of basketball. This ain't,
every
y'all laying a plane saying this, Joey.
business of basketball is undefeated.
The talent that and how he could be a good teammate with these rookies doesn't reflect on how business is being done, because they don't value him. But go ahead, Joey.
No, I was going to say, I mean, I find it very hard to believe that CT was just like, okay, yeah, true, I'll just sit out. Yeah, I don't want to play. First of all, the kid loves basketball. Secondly, he knows it's a contract year. I don't think he's that naive to be like, nah, I don't want to play basketball in a contract year, and I'm cool with it because the Brooklyn Nets told me to sit down. Every player knows you playing good basketball in a contract year is contingent about how much you get paid or offered.
Right. No, true. I heard Kobe Bryant say that.
They telling you that you are an asset. So they like, oh, if you're not 100% ready to play, we're not allowing you to play at 90%. Because they ask you how you feel, and you like, yeah, I'm 90%. I could go. You're like, no, you can't. We're like, that's what they gonna do.
Yeah, I was just on Spaces with Pod, Thorn, and Jay from BK. Shout out to Jay from BK, bro. If I ever see you and I shook it, he said I shook his hand and didn't recognize him, bro. This is why Spaces, and even with this right here, you could have watched this show a billion times, but if I don't put the camera on, you don't know this look. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Jay from BK. But they was basically saying that Max Lewis came out and said Cam Thomas was healthy in practice. He was hooping. He was playing basketball with niggas. You know what I'm saying? It's just, again, we have no way of proving this, but I do think that the franchise, the business of basketball, gets in the way of players being on teams that they really probably want to be on. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I would back Sean Marks if he was this legendary GM, like he was just making all of these right decisions outside of Cam Thomas, but he not.
I mean,
Like,
if he had with Sean, if he had with Sam Presti, he might have been. I mean, shit, I don't know. Shit, like the nigga.
maybe.
I mean, he came in like let's keep it funk. I mean, it's gonna sound it's definitely gonna sound like it's shooting Bill, but he came into Brooklyn basically into a shit show, and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving chose us. And then they found out that business wasn't business or whatever, and all that shit went left. And then they ain't like the way that business was being done, and then they chose out. And now we back to rebuilding again. That's the story of the Brooklyn Nets, under at least under Sean Marks. So realistically, bro, now that we got this pick, and now that we got a chance to get another pick, and because we probably gonna tank for that with the way that the roster is looking, I think that's what we got to look forward to. Realistically, I mean, at the same time, it doesn't
Listen,
include Cam Thomas. I don't know.
Listen, I ain't tripping, but I am going to be looking on, and this is because I've been a Nets fan a long time. Notoriously, we lose games in the fourth quarter because we don't have nobody to pass the ball to go-to guy to score the ball. I seen this happen in Kenny Atkinson era. I seen it before Kenny Atkinson. I seen it a lot of times. I seen us lose a lot of games.
I didn't see it during when we had Karras and D-Lo, bro. Them niggas was hooping.
Yeah, no, they was hooping, but I'm saying just losing close games in the clutch. Cam Thomas was one of the better players that was drafted by the Nets. Now I don't know what we do in those situations. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be long-winded because I want to clip this show up. I might come back tonight, but I gotta be up early, so I'm not sure. But I definitely want to give a shout out to Ice, Leaf, Joey, John, Just as JTV, Easy, all of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, the Player One, Dennis Milton, everybody in the chat. Quest One, all of y'all, man. Nets fans is the best fans. To be continued, man. To be continued. This ain't over yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Cam